G'day, and welcome to the weekly 2-hour special where we round up 2 hours worth of public freakouts from the past thousands of clips that I've collected over the years. Let's get into it.
According to YouTube, only 13% of you guys are actually subscribed who watch consistently. So I ask you, if you watch consistently, why don't you subscribe? It doesn't change anything for you. You still get my videos all the same, but it severely helps me. So subscribe. Here we have a fight at the local train station. Love the flip back of the camera to the guy who was recording. You're just going, yep, that just happened. Here we have an interesting one here. So this person is trying to get into this apartment complex, but they don't have a way to access it themselves. They apparently live with their boyfriend, or their boyfriend lives in this apartment complex, but apparently either his phone is dead or turned off, so he won't pick up the phone. She is sitting here claiming that that's what she's going to do, but apparently there's been other issues of people stealing packages from this apartment complex. Here's a clip.
Packages? Why the f*** I need to steal some packages? Why do I need to steal some packages, bro? Matter of fact, you can get me in. I can show you my apartment if that makes you feel any better. Does that make you feel better if we walk together?
No.
No?
Because of your reaction right now?
Bro, I just told you I'm having a stressful day.
Okay.
I just told you that.
Stressful days.
Okay, that's great, but you're asking me for my apartment number? Like, who are you? I know you're human.
Somebody who lives here.
I live here too, babe.
But you just said that you don't and your boyfriend
My boyfriend lives here. His phone is off. Why can't you understand? I can literally walk to you with my apartment and I can show you where I live. Literally, I'm about to have a mental breakdown. I'm just trying to get in. I'm trying to use the bathroom. Look, I live here. I'm not lying.
Okay, but your reaction
Dude,
just shows
what reaction?
otherwise.
What are you?
You just went from crying to like insane.
You are literally a narcissist. You're an evil. I know you're recording me right now. You're a weirdo for that.
No, I'm not protecting myself.
Protecting yourself?
And I'm going to send it to the apartment manager, and I'm going to let him know your attitude.
Go ahead. You're a weirdo.
That's fine.
That's what you are. You're a weirdo.
Okay.
I live here.
That's okay.
Weird ass bitch.
That's okay.
This is quite interesting to say the least. I mean, in general situations, if a person actually lived at this apartment complex, then wouldn't there be some form of general management number you can call if you forget your key or lose your key or do something along those lines? Because it's probably happened more than once or twice. But then I suppose in this situation, she doesn't live here herself. She just claims that her boyfriend lives here, and if he's not currently responding to the phone, then I'm sorry, tough luck. You're just going to have to wait. No one who doesn't know you is going to be willing to let you in, considering that this apartment complex has a bit of an issue with people stealing packages. I think you just had a lose-lose there, man. You're just going to have to patiently wait it out until your boyfriend wakes up and picks up the phone, or until it has some power to it so he can pick up the phone. Or this is just an outright lie, and you're just trying to get in so you can, I don't know, steal some packages. Here we have a pair of whom I assume are roof inspectors, or at least one of them's a roof inspector, and the other guy is just there to give second opinions. I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure how this works. I'm gathering this is probably something to do with some form of claim from weather damage, yada yada yada. We're moving along from that section. Basically, this guy who's behind the camera wasn't exactly happy with how the Ben behind front of the camera treated the last house and how he lied on his report about there not being wind damage on the roof. And well, he isn't quite happy with that. Here's a clip.
Hey Ben, bro, here's the thing. If everything happens according to the books and ethically, there's no reason to get upset about being videoed.
Yeah, well, I don't consider
Hey,
being videoed.
Ben, it's a one-party state. Look, here's the other thing. You and I were just on a roof in Arrington. We agreed that there was wind damage. You filed in the report that there was no damage at all, and I didn't video you. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I had good faith in you, and you abused that. So I'm not doing this again, and I would love to get a new adjuster out, someone that'll actually do their job ethically and according to code, because I'm not going back and forth with you on this, Ben. I did this once, and they're closing the claim. So now we got to get an engineer out, because you lied to me, and you lied on your report. If you were doing things right, you wouldn't have a problem with being videoed. Because if you have nothing to hide, you wouldn't mind it being on record.
Oh, I have nothing to hide.
Then why do you care?
To be videoed, so.
I don't need your consent, Ben. It's a one-party state. That's tough. If you want to get in your truck and kick rocks, you can.
I'm about to.
Sweet. Thanks so much for your time.
You bet.
Yes, sir.
Well, it looks like we're going to be postponing this.
We'll get a new adjuster out.
Yeah, we don't consent to being videoed, and he's.
And we don't need your consent, Ben. Again, if you're doing everything right and according to the books, we wouldn't need to do this.
Again.
Because when you lie on your last report with the last homeowner.
Schedule this, but we're not going to be videoed.
So, okay, so my farmer's agent is on his way here.
Okay.
So
cool.
Why don't you guys just wait for a second?
That'd be great. And then we can have a third party here too to make sure everything. Because I don't understand the difference between a State Farm employee and a video camera.
Until the camera's put up, I'm done.
Ben, if you did everything ethically and according to code and according to state law, I wouldn't need to video you.
Ben, don't leave. The guy's coming. Ben, don't leave.
It honestly
Be in the
is
truck,
a blessing.
Look, Ben, you probably did about the second worst thing you could have done in front of this camera, and that is to simply just walk away because now you're being recorded. Like, there's so many other ways you could handle this in a far better manner, and this is the way you chose to handle by, like, oh, nope, I'm not doing this. I don't consent to being recorded, even though it's a one-party state, as well as the fact that I'm on a street that's out in public, so I'm going to be recorded anyway, and there's nothing I can do about that. I still don't agree to this, and I'm not doing my job now. Sorry, but that's just what it is. I don't like being recorded. It's just like such a silly thing to do. Out of everything you could have done to alleviate the situation, whether just to do the roof inspection correctly, and then this clip would have probably never gotten out there, because then he's like, okay, fine, you do it properly, cool beans, I guess. And then furthermore to that, I wouldn't be too surprised if this gets you in a bit of trouble, considering this is probably going to get a fair bit of attention. So good job, Ben. Good job. You might need to go searching for a new one, but here we have a pair of teens who are doing some fishing in this little lake-ish area that's in the middle of a neighborhood. Private area blocked off to only people who live in the neighborhood, and the apparent HOA president of this area has come up to shoo them off because apparently he knows everyone in this neighborhood and they don't live here.
Yo, don't touch my rod. Don't touch my rod.
Trespassing on private property.
Don't threaten us.
You're trespassing on
Don't
private
threaten
property,
us.
young man.
We're waiting for the police to come.
You don't need to
get
out of here.
No, wait for the
Leave.
No, we're going to talk to them.
Leave.
We're going to talk to them. You threatened us.
He's our president.
You threatened
You want that phone
us.
to go in the lake, young man?
You threatened us.
You want that phone to go in the lake?
Back away
Walk
from
out of here,
him.
boys.
Back
Walk
away
out
from
of
him.
here.
Back
Don't
up.
test me.
Back
Walk
up from
out of
me.
here.
Back up from me.
Get out of here.
Back up from me.
How'd I take that phone and put it in the lake?
Yeah, now I'll press charges.
For what?
Like assault, what?
For what?
Assault.
Yeah, I'm not assaulting you. Get out of here.
We're just going to wait. We're not going to mess with anything.
Get out of here.
We're-
You're fishing in a private lake. Get the hell out of here now.
The cops are coming. We're just waiting for them.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're waiting for them.
You know what? We're going to prosecute. So your parents are going to be real proud of that.
All right.
We're going to prosecute you, and you're going to pay all kinds of money because you're being a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
You are.
Sir, you're the one yelling.
You're on private property, young man.
I'm just
Get
trying to
out of
fish.
here.
You
threatened us and you walked up
Get
on me
out of
and
here.
hit
You're on
me.
private property. Get out of here.
Don't touch me.
We just said we wanted to
Don't touch
wait.
me. You touched me earlier.
Get out of here.
You touched
Get
me
out of
earlier.
here.
You touched me earlier.
Your parents. Wait till I get a hold of your parents.
Call them.
Give me your call them right now.
My phone's dead.
Call them.
Phone's
You
dead.
call them.
I don't
Call
feel
your
like
parents.
it. I'll just talk
Let's
to
call
the
the
police.
parents.
I'm going to just talk to the police.
You don't even know their number.
Your parents live in this neighborhood?
Don't worry about that.
Hey, listen, he knows everybody in here.
He said he
his
did, but I
last
think
name's
he's
Smith.
lying.
Do you know any Smith lives in here?
No.
Okay, so what's your real name, buddy?
I'm not
What's
telling.
your name?
I'll tell the police that. I'm not telling y'all that.
Wait, what's the
You
problem?
don't live in here.
Okay, we're just gonna wait till the police.
He knows everybody that
We're waiting
lives
for the
in here.
police.
He's the president. He's lived here for years. And there's no Smith that lives in here.
We could stop fishing, but like we're just gonna wait for the police.
You don't live in here.
We're going to wait for the
He
police to be
knows
here.
every family in here.
We're just gonna wait for the police.
Douchebags from-
I mean, really.
Where you guys from, man?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Well, your parents will be proud of you. Why don't you send me that video? I'll send them and show you what a fine young man they're raising.
And
Yeah,
what a
yeah,
fine
but
young
you're
man, your
pressing-
parents raised you pressing up on some 15-year-old boys.
Yeah, why are you pressing on
Get in my
15-year-olds?
fucking face.
Can I just get this out of the way? Two wrongs don't make a right. Just because you believe they're trespassing into the communal lake land area that the neighborhood gets to use doesn't mean you get to walk up to them and attempt to break their rod and threaten to throw their phones in the water when they start recording your manic episode. And again, you just believe they're trespassing because you don't know them. And apparently you're the president of this area, so you know everybody, little Mr. Dictator over here. But of course, that's not always going to be the case. Heck, these kids might just be family of people who actually live here and are not trespassing in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And then you're just doing a crime for no good reason because you're just so far up your own ass you don't realize these type of things. Those knees are clearly not Tennessee strong. A bit weak in the knees there, man. Your shirt looking good, but your knees ain't so much, buddy. And also, just a bit of a funny side note. Because this clip has gone somewhat viral across the internet has tracked down his Facebook account. And I'm assuming that he's deleted his Facebook account at this point. I'm assuming the internet's going to do everything they can to kind of ruin his day a little bit here. Maybe his life. I think that'd be a touch too far, but hey, he's an old boomer who doesn't like kids having fun. So screw him, I suppose. Here we have the neighbors fighting whilst the police are there trying to sort this situation out.
It was the big one down there. She tried to break into my apartment.
Really?
That big one with no edges. That one.
The big ones. That's it.
That fat ass one with no neck.
They asked her to tell y'all the truth. They told me that they have much ignorance.
Come up here.
And
come up here.
And what had happened?
Come up here, big bitch.
If you keep making threats,
She's saying it to me though, but she's saying it to me. Don't say you, say her, say y'all. You're not gonna arrest nobody. She's starting to me.
Y'all are making threats to each other.
She the one that said I can't be her. I told her to come upstairs.
Right here in front of all.
Okay, she get off me.
Go in the house. You're telling her to come upstairs.
She told me to come downstairs. She said I can't be her. Come downstairs, so I told her to come upstairs.
Okay.
All I'm saying.
That's all we need to know. Both of y'all, get in the house.
No, I'm right here. All I'm saying is they lying, saying that they never came upstairs.
So who beating on the door?
It's her.
I can completely understand if these people are just continuously harassing you over time, but also maybe wait until the police finish talking to them and come up to talk to you to find out more about the situation instead of getting into an argument, making threats to the other person downstairs when the police are literally right there. That is just the fastest way to get both yourselves arrested, if I'm honest. Like, don't be smart. This clip presents a very interesting question that I'll talk about more after the clip itself, but basically what's happened here is this woman here has come to pick up her kids from school and decided to park in front of someone else's driveway. The person whose driveway it is decided to use this to make a point by pulling their van out and just making sure they hit the other car in front of them, blocking their driveway. By the looks of it, it's probably just like a light tap or something. If no actual damage probably was done here, but you know, they've done it anyway. Here's the clip.
I had an emergency. I had to leave. You're blocking my driveway.
You didn't damage. Did you damage it?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the sheriff. I need to make the report. You're blocking my driveway. You're blocking the pump.
Do you want to back out and see if...
No, I'm just waiting for the sheriff.
Well...
Why did you park on my driveway?
I just parked for just a second.
Not a second. It's been like 20 minutes already.
It can't be 20 minutes.
Why am I not paying for your car? You're blocking a driveway.
You hit my car.
You're blocking a driveway. No, you're entitled. You feel entitled. Everybody here around here feels entitled for them to park in front of the street. Look, she's right in the middle of the street. Everybody feels entitled. You're entitled to block my driveway just because you have to pick up your kids? No, right?
These two first.
Are you a body shop person?
No, at the picture you can see that this...
Are you a body shop person? Like... How do you know that's not connected with this?
Listen, you hit my car.
Okay, well, just wait for the sheriff to make the report, and then we'll go from there for the insurances.
Well, you said you have an emergency. Shouldn't you go?
Why you feel entitled to block my driveway? Why you feel entitled to block my driveway?
I apologize. I didn't. Everybody did it.
I mean, probably the best way to answer is just never park in front of someone's driveway and you'll never have to deal with an issue like this. Over here in Australia, it's a very interesting thing here because, at least in my area, in like Queensland and the areas that I live here, tow trucks seem to just pop up out of nowhere. Like, if someone was to park illegally in front of your car in your driveway, the best way to do it is use a non-emergency line to the police or call the council. honestly, on a lot of occasions, the council just annoys a tow truck like, hey, there's a car illegally parked here you can tow if you want to, because, you know, it's free money for the towee, because it's just like, oh, there's a car doing something illegal parked where they shouldn't be. Yoink, that's money for me. And they are pretty quick to do these type of things. And tow truck yards are pretty much everywhere here. So it's a pretty easy solution here. Ultimately, from what I can research into it, it's the same principles applies with most of this type of thing. If you hit a parked car, you are at fault regardless of anything. Though, from what I've read up on, it seems to be that insurance in America and a lot of places, if the person was parked in an illegal spot, like illegally parked, some of the liability will be put onto them. Unfortunately, because you did hit a moving car, most of it will still be on you, but because the car was illegally parked, they do cop some of it, but not much ultimately. Ultimately, I don't think hitting their car is worth it. What's better is to just let a towee know, hey, there's someone illegally parked if you want some free money kind of deal. Here we have an angry golfer at the local golf course who got caught while he was seen attempting to swing balls in the directions of the employees working at the golf course, which, you know, is something you just don't do. You could lead to injuries by doing that directly. Anyway, here's the clip.
Oh,
you, dude.
Taking hits at me.
I didn't take a hit at you.
You did. We saw you. Hey.
I didn't swing at you. I was going to your phone to put it down.
Give me my phone.
It's in the water. What I should do, go get my ball.
Dude, why don't you go home? All
hey,
right. We are trying to get
this. Is you?
We are
you own this.
I am.
And hey,
like,
you know what?
for
I didn't go for the hole. I put it right in front of the green.
Bullshit. You just
didn't
you didn't even know I was here.
No, I knew you were there.
Doesn't matter,
That's why I put it in front of the green. You piece of shit. I didn't hit it at you. No, this guy's like being a douchebag.
Hi, yeah, this is Colin over at the Park City Golf.
I wasn't on the green.
I'm on the 15th hole, and we got some free public golf.
Hey,
and,
you want to explain why? Let's explain why.
Because you hit the ball while he's on the green.
I hit it right there.
I saw the ball roll up onto the green.
Who gives a He doesn't get a He can't hug my ball. That's stolen property.
I'm going to start doing my job again, sir.
Public course. This is a park. This is a park. I pay taxpayers' dollars, which pays you your wages.
In some funny news relating to that clip, a comment was posted on the original TikTok of this, basically saying that, yep, he lives in an apartment that is against this block here, and the city has banned him for life from the golf course and are pressing charges. Oopsie daisies, man did a stupid and is getting punished for it. Just deserved, you know. Here we have a volunteer, Karen, patrolling the parking lot.
Work at the school?
I do the parking lot for Dr. Blackburn every day. I've done it for the last 4 years.
Oh, so you're a school, you're
a volunteer.
Oh, you're a volunteer. And you got out your car in the rain to tell me that.
Yeah, they don't care what the weather is. They asked me to do the parking lot. I do the parking lot for 4 years.
Okay.
Even with a broke foot.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah. Okay. You have a good day.
If you don't park in a parking spot, I call the officer out.
Okay, we'll call the officer. So by the time he gets here, then I'll just move. So go ahead.
Why can't you just be nice and move?
Have a good day.
This is why your kids don't listen.
Have a good day. Volunteers shouldn't cuss people.
Yes, because that's how you do volunteer work. Going up to random people roaming around the car park going, oh, you can't do that. Screw you. It's like, okay, maybe you are doing the right thing. It just seems a little bit inane, this entire thing. Karen is walking her 2 dogs throughout the neighborhood, but decides to not have leashes for either of them, which is a problem in and of itself. Anyway, one of the other neighbors decides to let her know that, hey, you know, according to California law, that's illegal. Could you, like, get leashes and put them on them? And it seems to escalate quite quickly from there in a very weird manner. Here's a clip.
There's actually a California leash law. Let me educate you.
Let me educate you. Go back to
Oh wow! I'll put this on my platform.
I'll put this on my TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just
We have
being.
TikTok too.
I don't want your dog to get hurt. That
This is the woman who called me a bitch when she moved into our neighborhood.
You're not putting your dog
a few
on
weeks
leash.
ago, she moved into our neighborhood,
You're
and
not
now
putting
she's
on
the
the
most
leash.
hated woman on our block.
And then you're breaking
Everybody
California
hates you.
law.
Everybody hates you
You're
now.
breaking the
And
California
she
law.
called me a bitch one
And you're a
day
racist.
for being outside my house.
Stop being Karen.
And
I'm just educating
you're an
you.
Asian Karen.
And
you look like one.
I'm just
You look like
educating
one.
you.
You look like one.
I'm
You
just
do not need to
educating.
educate me.
Yes, it's
Go
free
and
education. Thank you. You're welcome.
You are going on whatever you put me on, lady.
Yeah, you
And
told me.
actually,
Tell me
I
to
shouldn't
go back
call.
to.
What did you tell me the last time I was here? Go back to your
No,
country.
I'm
You told me.
asking
Yes,
you
she did.
nicely.
You know what she said the last time she met me? She said, "Bitch, go back to your country." So do I have to look Asian to be told go back to my country?
You're breaking
I'm
the.
recording you too, lady.
So this is what happened.
Did you say something to Jennifer too?
This is
Did
something.
You? Did you
what
say something to
happened
Jennifer behind you?
That
Did you?
You
Did
should put your
Jen?
dog on leash. Because you're breaking the California law for.
You're so unpopular.
You're breaking the
You
California
should
law
move.
for.
We don't want you
leash,
on this block.
On the leash.
We don't want you on this block.
You're
so...
actually breaking California law for not putting
Listen,
dog
lady,
here on leash.
There's a police station up the top of the road. Go up and do what you want to do.
I will come. I will send this video.
Oh my God, you're going to break my camera. You're so ugly.
I'm not. I'm asking you nicely, but you are being
don't
a
know how
Karen.
to ask anything nicely because you called me a bitch.
I'm done.
And until you apologize,
you are,
we won't start again.
You're breaking California
law
for not putting your dog on leash.
Apologize, I said. Do you understand English?
I am educating
do you understand
that
English?
you're breaking California law,
English?
the leash law.
Do you understand English?
Okay, I'm done with you.
Do you understand
and
English?
I will formally. Do you live here?
Yeah, right in there.
What's
Do you
your last
understand English?
name? What's your last name?
Wong Kong Hai.
Okay, you're being a racist. This is going on.
Yeah, this is going on my TikTok.
I am.
She told me to go back to my country and eat potatoes the last time I met her.
Oh.
So she's a racist and she calls people bitch.
First things first, even if what you said was true, that she was racist towards you previously, doesn't mean that you should be racist towards her. Two wrongs don't make a right. Just because someone shot you doesn't mean you shoot them. It's like, what? It just seems backwards, like, oh, man, they were assholes to me, so I deserve to be an asshole back and be even worse. But the likelihood of that being true is very... I don't think so. Doesn't seem to be the case, especially considering with how the person behind the camera is approaching the situation versus how she's approaching the situation. She's been far more aggressive about racism and far more liberal and just being more anger about it, whilst our other friend who's behind this camera that we're watching from is a lot calmer when it comes down to it. And you could say, oh yeah, it's because she's recording it. Yeah, but so is the other person. So it's like one of those things where you choose who you want to believe here. Either way, it's kind of ridiculous. If you're going to walk around with your dogs, have them on a leash. A, because you never know when you're going to encounter someone else walking their dogs. And as I've said in a clip a long while in the past, there's people who walk around with their dogs here without leashes. And it almost ended up in our dog, when we were walking it, get into a fight with their dogs, and pretty much the only way we had to attempt to stop that is to stand over the top of our dog in between their dogs, which didn't work out that well. And you know where those type of things go when it's a dog decides to start attacking another dog.
In this next clip, we have a soccer game that was ended because two African girls had some beads in their hair.
Swinging. It says swinging, and it's still swinging. You have the rules. It's still swinging. You have the rules. It's still swinging. It's still swinging.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No differently than any other girl's ponytail. What is your information?
The rules you have right there. In my opinion, listen. Hold on.
Your information, sir.
We're done. I'm not arguing.
No. I'm in charge of the field.
Taylor, don't argue with him. Your name and your information.
Timothy Young. You want to call Mike Aguadella? I'll give his cell code to you right now. Because this game's over.
It should be.
That's fine.
You wrong as fuck.
You're
We're standing up for our team.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Listen to me. I've tried to give you several opportunities to fix the problem. That's it.
No. It was nothing wrong.
It's the only 2 African American girls on the field. So let's go, Timothy Young, with the rest of the information.
I'm giving it to you. One sec. You guys can leave. The game's over.
I bet it is over because you're caught up with being racist.
No, I'm not racist.
You are.
No, I'm
They're
not.
the only 2 African American girls.
No, but it has nothing.
They're the only 2 African American girls with beads in their hair.
Exactly.
My daughter has been pregnant for 4 years.
Listen to me.
4
It's
years.
not
sir.
about the color.
4
I
years.
didn't make it
It's
about the
definitely
color.
about the color.
It's about the
only
beads.
2 black girls.
It's about the beads.
I'm not arguing
You
with you.
can step
What's
up
the
front.
information?
But sir, let me ask you something. Just truly, I understood when you said it was swinging in their face.
Right.
We took a hair ties. We pulled
No,
it back.
and
We
I
don't
know,
care
and I
about
know
who's
that,
taking
and I
full. What's the
said take
information?
a couple soft scrunchies and wrap it up. But the one girl came on, and it was still swinging in the back. I need it not to be swinging. Period. Soft scrunchies, a wool hat, anything.
You
as long
saying
as it's
rubber?
not-
The other little girls had rubber bands in their
And
hair.
that's what I
How
just-
is it different?
But that's what
How is it different?
I just said. You can use scrunchies. You can use rubber scrunchies.
This is racist.
Rubber,
Like, you're racist.
Rubber band, scrunchies, anything so it's not swinging. The one girl came on and it was still swinging. That's
But do you
it.
understand how our daughters feel putting plastic
No,
around their
I
hair
completely
and tying it behind their hair?
I'm just going to go out and say it. I do think that this guy wasn't trying to be racist because I can understand the concern. I think I need to take the time to properly clarify this. I think the concern here is that the beads that some people have in their hairs, which is more common amongst African people because it's just what they like doing with their hair, which is pretty neat. I do like some of the styles I see. It's really cool. But I do understand the concern because these are like semi-thick plastic things that are waving around in their hair, consistently bumping up against each other. Let's say in a case where they're just taking a ball off of the opponent. The beads could whack them in the face, which when they're kids, it could do something, it could do absolutely nothing. So I can kind of understand the concern. But if it's like just a loose one hanging around, I don't think quite mattered too much. But I don't think this had not any major racist intentions, because I do see how those beads flying around could be a concern. Usually though, they're not really, but I can see it. He's trying to handle the situation as much as he can, but these people recording are really losing it, which it is difficult because I can see why one would see this as racist because, you know, it's only the African girls that have got beads in their hair in this instance, and they're the ones who are causing the issue. So I can see why this could be perceived as racist. But I don't believe that is the intention here. I believe it's genuine, like, these plastic beads, when you have a lot of them, you can have a few of them in your hair, it's like one of those things, they're swinging around, it's just hunks of plastic, it could do damage. If it hits someone, it might do absolutely fucking nothing. I see the concern, just probably wasn't the greatest way to go about it. I don't know, it's a difficult one. But this one I will pass the question on to you guys. What do you think of this clip? Like, what's your opinion with this clip here? Do you think he's being racist, or do you think he has a genuine concern? I'm honestly interested to see how people answer, to be honest.
Here we have an upset DoorDash driver who's gone back to the previous delivery in order to question the person they delivered for why they did a chargeback. And for those of you who are unaware, if you get enough chargebacks on your account when you're a driver, you can get your ability to do driving on DoorDash or Uber Eats, all the various platforms permanently. Like, you get removed and you're not allowed to do that anymore. So it does actually affect other people's livelihoods if you do chargebacks. Here's a clip.
Y'all little ghetto people always trying to get a free meal. Y'all always, call her back. Call her back, because y'all always trying to get a free meal.
First of all,
y'all so ghetto.
First of all, don't put your hand in my face.
Ghetto.
Don't put your hand in my face.
I'm gonna need for you to let these people know. I'm gonna start recording you. I'm gonna record it. Don't worry about it. I'm recording it, and I see the food right there. I see the food.
Move away from my door.
I wish you would, and I wish you would.
Move away from my door. Move away from this door.
I wish you would, ma'am. Don't worry, because I recorded all the food and everything in here. You old ghetto old trifling heifer. You trifling for that. You trifling. I'm going to send this video to DoorDash. You trifling. Oh, dirty heifer. They always trying to get something for free.
Now I ask the question, do you think this person handled this entire thing the right way? Like, I can understand why we got here in the first place. I mean, heck, this is affecting her income because someone is selfish enough to attempt to get their food for free, even though they got it delivered by the delivery driver. Because, you know, charging back doesn't just charge back the money from DoorDash itself. So, no. It means that the person who's the delivery won't get paid for it whatsoever. And they've just wasted whatever amount of fuel to do that delivery, and that money's now just vanished, gone, completely kaboof. And as I said, it can get your account terminated as well. But also at the same time, you get caught doing enough false chargebacks, your own account can get terminated too. But I don't think it's that hard to make a new DoorDash account for getting deliveries. Here we have two neighbors who are out walking their dog, and they get in an argument about who can actually stand in this yard here.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm
no, you're not. You just lied because
Okay, then do what you want to do.
And they know that you're full
I
of
don't
shit.
live there, ladies. Listen
Because
to
these
me.
are all together.
No,
Don't
they are
think you
not.
have the right to come in front of somebody
Go
and ask
look it
where
up.
they
This
live,
is ours.
who they should go. No.
See where those trees in?
sweetheart, it's
Right
really
there?
sad that you live this life and that you
It's-
have to
you see
come
those
out
trees right there?
and you feel
Your
like you
property
have to
ends
dictate
there.
where everyone is. We can
Why
be
don't you
wherever
listen?
the fuck
You have
we
no
are.
idea
I
what
don't need
you're
to listen
I'll
to
just
you.
call the cops.
Do it.
They're ready
Go.
for you. They're so ready
I'll
for
wait
you.
right here.
Go ahead, Karen.
We're right here.
This is private
Go.
property.
Okay, this isn't private property. I
Yes,
live right here.
it is.
I can be anywhere
No,
I
you
want to
may
be.
not. This
yes,
is
I
not
can.
WVA.
I can be anywhere I want. I live right here. I have just as much right to this land
you do
as
not.
anyone else does.
No, you do
yes,
not.
I do. Yes,
Any
I do.
more than you can come in my private
I
property.
can go anywhere
No,
I
you may
want in
not.
this area.
This is private property.
Yeah, you're right. And it's private property to people who live here, and I do.
No, you don't. I'm trying to explain.
Look, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be bothered looking up any form of law or ruling to do with this type of thing because, well, first off, we don't know exactly what this is. This could just be some form of large green space that is there with no houses directly on the land pointing into the road there because it doesn't seem to be any driveways there. Or this could be someone's legitimate front yard and no one else can be on it. I don't know this information, and let's be real, the laws with these type of things tend to be extremely convoluted. But moving on from that, it's very interesting that she's saying that it seems to be a bit of a, oh, you don't live here so you can't be in this area, or something along those lines. Or maybe it's more that, no, you don't own this space here so you can't be here. So does that mean the older person is claiming to own this space? I'm saying older person because they got grey hair. It just makes a little sense, you know? I don't get what the argument here is truly about because the arguments that are being happened here don't make much sense, if I'm honest.
In this next clip, we're going to Karen who wants to return a dead fish and is not approaching it in the calmest way humanly possible.
Lady freaks out over dead fish at store. Owner says she is irrational.
Listen, just leave and have your boyfriend come back later.
We follow directions on this.
That's irrelevant to this. You're irrational. Leave, have your boyfriend come back.
No.
That's your option.
No, you wanted the water, here's your water.
That's a dead fish in a bag of water.
You wanted
it's
your water
test
from
bad.
there.
Leave, that's your option. Leave and have your boyfriend come back, or leave and don't ever come in my store again.
I promise
Those are your two options.
You will get terrible reviews about this.
That's cool. I have great reviews. I'm very well respected.
You have terrible reviews.
I
just looked them up on my
And
way
what's
here.
my 5-star rating?
You don't have a 5-star rating.
It's 4.5 out of 5.
No, you don't.
I mean, we can Google it right now.
No,
Listen,
don't.
Leave my store and don't come back, or have your boyfriend who's reasonable and capable of having a conversation.
You wanted the water, I'm here. Here you go. Test the water. Either give me my money back or replace the
So
fish.
when I test the water and it tests bad,
Go ahead, test it. Test it.
are you going to listen to what I have to say? Leave my store. You are absolutely an irrational human being. I'm not going to test the water.
You wanted
Leave
the
my
water
store
to be
now.
tested. Here it is. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
You are a rude person.
I am.
Very rude. Give me that back because I need a bag that I can fill up with water for you. And I want to make sure you have a dead fish also next to it.
Next to it, not on the same bed.
Oh, I'll make sure you have.
Clearly, the store owners had to deal with her shit before, considering the entire argument that we have here. And then just like when he's like, okay, I'll test the water, she keeps going on, test the water, test the water. It's like, how about you listen to what he's saying, you fucking dickhead? If you're gonna keep going on about, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, at least listen to what the person's trying to say, instead you just spent the entire time going on about this and being just a pretty rude person. Like, god damn, shut it.
Here we have a wacko on the elevator doing some really weird shenanigans. Basically, she's here listening to her music in her AirPods, and this guy decides to say good morning. When she doesn't respond because, you know, she's busy listening to music, he decides to go a bit chaotically, weirdly stupid here in this clip.
You don't live here, I know that.
I don't live here?
Not anymore.
So who
Just
you
because you were
talking
rude,
to?
just because you were rude to me. Exactly.
Because I was rude to you, what?
I said good morning and you pretended you couldn't hear
My
me.
headphones was on. I don't have to speak to
Now
you.
you're causing a disturbance.
I don't give a I don't have to
Now
talk
you're
to you.
swearing. Now
Yes, I don't have to speak to you if I don't want to. I said my headphones are on.
Good.
Get the off the elevator.
No.
So we're going to be on this elevator all day.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I don't have to speak to you. Who the are
I
you?
don't have to answer to you either.
Yeah, good. Go to the 7th floor. We go to the 1st floor now. Get your ass off.
No.
Because I didn't say nothing to you?
That's not it. It's a camera active right now. Just
I don't give a
Go ahead. Curse some more. Right on.
I don't give a I don't have to speak to you. Who the are you?
I'm nobody.
Exactly. What the
Well, you didn't get off, so...
You not... Who are you to tell me to get off?
I'm not telling you. You're the one telling me to get off.
I'm
You're the
telling you
one
to mind
cursing
your
at the
business
camera.
because you trying to see what floor I'm getting off like.
No,
I don't
just
give a...
you follow me. How's that sound?
Anybody follow me? I don't give a about you.
Exactly.
What the are you talking about? Don't piss me off. Get the off the elevator. Because I had my headphones on, he greeted me.
Yeah.
And I didn't say nothing fast enough. He's upset.
And she's cursing me for no good.
You!
Exactly.
I don't give a about you.
Exactly.
Mind your fucking business, clown. Now you don't know where I live, stupid. Shut the up.
Also, in an attempt to discover which floor that she lives on, he decided to press every single button in the elevator to go to every single floor, which just tells me two things. A, he is a complete and utter idiot. All it would take is to see what level's already lit up for going to because she was supposedly in there before you, and you would have been able to deduce that, but I guess you're too stupid to do that. Like, seriously? And then, of course, you press every other level. I don't know. This is why I would say I like the fact that keys in the hotels I go to on a regular pretty much only allow you to go to the level that you are in, but at the same note, that would make it too obvious what floor you're in a situation like this. But then again, this guy's stupid enough to not really see that in the first place and just pressed every button to see which floor, even though the information would have already been there because she had previously already pressed said button. I don't know. Stupid people do stupid things that also don't deserve to exist. Get out of here. No one likes someone like you.
In this clip, we've got a cranky old Karen that's upset that the youngins are interacting with nature.
Wrecking it. There's literally so many berries everywhere.
Oh my god, we're not wrecking it! Oh, there's so many berries out here. There's so many berries.
I cannot.
Complete twits.
We're twits. You're the one coming up to two young girls, getting
Young
mad
girls,
at them for
yeah,
picking
you're acting
berries.
like 6 years old.
6 years old?
Because we wanted to eat some berries.
I'm saying, eat all the berries you want, just don't take the bush with you.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not the bush.
Is
It's
it
literally
affecting
it's a
you
tiny
personally?
branch of berries.
Why don't you mind your own business? Why don't you mind your own business?
You know, that is the rudest thing you've said to me.
You decided
Go
to come
back
up
where
to
you
us.
came from if you wanted to use language like that.
Why don't you go back to where you came from, you fucking colonizer?
Are you First Nations?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't call me a colonizer.
You're a colonizer. You're
Where did you come from?
Yeah, where did you come from?
Where did you come from? I'm actually curious.
The U.S.
U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
So you're not even
you're
from
not
here.
Canadian either.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, so but we are Canadian too. I was born here.
I was born here too.
Okay.
Were you born here?
Did telling her to mind her own business like kind of flick a switch in her head? Because she immediately went from just being a somewhat peaceful, funny person to just immediately going down the racist route of saying, go back to where you came from, you're going to say that. It's just like, telling someone to mind your own business isn't the rudest thing. It could be considered rude, but it's not the end of the world type of thing. It isn't something that you should go full on racist over. Holy shit.
I'm not 100% sure how the story precisely goes with this one, but the basics of this is that these people here behind the camera are here to get some form of stuff done to their vehicle by the sounds of things, and it's for something to do with their business. So they're trying to use their business credit card, but they find out that there's some form of bogus additional fees that are being placed upon the actual bill itself, and when they find that out, this business now suddenly refuses to take credit cards and will only accept any forms of cash, including transfers via Cash App.
Exactly. You tell me why you do that. I see because you're mad at us already. You already have some kind of agreement.
Do I look mad?
But you already have some kind of ill will towards us. And I'm not going to let that escalate further by taking a credit card transaction. If I take your cash, then that's it. I'm done with it. And you have a receipt. Any issues you have with the card, then you bring it back and then we go there.
Sir,
but I cannot take a credit card.
I would like to pay for my bill and leave. We need my truck. It's a work situation.
And this is also for me a work situation. I'm invested in your car. I have money invested in your vehicle.
The court's gonna say that I have liquidating damages because I'm here and keeping the truck here and having to go get an attorney and things of that nature.
I didn't pay for your parts through credit.
I don't know that.
Right, so exactly.
You accept credit card, so you have to accept it for all the people.
Unfortunately, I cannot. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then you're like I said, you're a day late. I can tag along the 45-day storage fee. Your vehicle was complete yesterday. You were supposed to come get it. You're here today. I could add on my 45-day storage fee, but I'm not.
What do you mean?
Right.
I only got called at 5 o'clock. That's after hours. No.
I'm actually closed at 5:30. And I waited, I said. I waited. He told me to wait for you.
That part don't matter. We're not worried about that part. We're here. Yeah, that part. Like, we don't want that.
Unfortunately, you can add your credit card on Cash App and then send us to Cash App.
No, you can't do that. Cash App is cash. Cash App is only cash. You can't add a credit card to Cash App.
If you can't pay me, it's fine. I'll wait another day. Otherwise,
I have a credit card.
$45 a day storage fee.
That is so sketch. I get it, some businesses will only take cash, but previously accepting credit cards and stuff like that, and then suddenly when this person figures out a little bit of things with how you run your business and how you might be scamming people, you choose to say, actually no, I won't take your credit card. That's just not what's happening today. You must pay in cash, or you could pay with the Cash App. That's also a thing you're allowed to do, and things on those lines. And it just continues to add on to go like, why? Like, buddy, you seem so suspicious. So suspicious, seeing as how desperately you're trying to make this transaction go through with either cash or Cash App. Both things that just won't be able to be returned if it turns out that you've scammed the crap out of them. But no, you still just choose to do it this way, which is really wild to me. My God. This clip is the ultimate example of why you should never go to a sketchy used car lot.
I'm being now. You can't burn it for half his money, bro. What is that? That's not even enough to buy another car. And that's not my problem, man. That's not my problem. I have to keep what I paid for. I have to keep what I paid for. You press on the gas, the throttle goes out. The whole car goes dead. The car has warranty. The car has warranty.
The car's it's a 13-year-old car. The warranty is not gonna.
It's gonna cover it.
The warranty will not cover it.
Who told you that?
If he calls the warranty right now, they're going to say, oh, we don't cover that.
Who told you that?
All the warranties do that.
What warranty you
How much money is that?
15.
What's he going to do with $1,500?
So what, you want me to pay from my own
He
pocket?
only had the car for 2 days.
But what I paid for it. I paid the registration. I paid the lender fees. That's good I returned it. That's good that I returned it.
You're still going to make money off it, bro.
I'm not gonna.
Whether you give him all his money back or
I have
not.
to hold the car for 21 days. You know that?
You said you had another buyer.
I have another buyer, but I can't sell it right now. I have to hold the car for 21 days.
Bro, you gotta give him at least 2K, bro, so you can buy this other car, bro. How's he gonna do anything with it?
Look, I can't do better than this. I can't.
You have to, bro. You have to help him.
I'm helping.
You have to, bro.
I'm helping.
You're taking half his money for 2 days?
Yeah. This is what I paid $1,700 to approve a loan. That don't even make sense.
I would hope that most people already understood that there's always a lot of sketchy things going on with some used car lots, and you should probably look further into it and see any history that they potentially may or may not have as a car, like when this type of thing, if anyone's had issues with them in the past or something along those lines. This Karen here supposedly watched a beer can be thrown onto the road by apparently the people behind the camera here, so she decides to go up there and annoy them about it. Says that she's already called the cops and assumed that they're going to do cross DNA analyzation by analyzing the DNA on the beer can and comparing it to her DNA to prove that it was her who threw it out the window and that she was also drunk. We'll get back to you in a moment. Here's a clip.
They're gonna take your DNA and the DNA off this can, and they're gonna find it. Because I watched you throw it, so don't lie to me.
I'm not.
You are, and I watched you.
Well,
and
if you say you watched me, then you are lying.
Nope.
Because you want to smell my breath? Because I haven't eaten anything or drinking
anything. You know what?
So it's not going to smell minty.
Here. Any minute now.
I haven't done anything.
Have a seat. Check out the beer in your car and the youngsters in your car. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'll call them back.
I feel like this is... I don't think I'm going to. Because I don't
care what you think. Because you're driving drunk.
I'm not driving drunk.
Okay.
Sweet pea, I promise you right now.
Don't call me that.
Don't need to pull me over. There's no reason for you to be doing this right now.
There is. This...
That is not mine.
Threw out of your car.
Wasn't not me.
Yep, whatever. Tell me the truth.
I am.
Yeah, who threw it?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. I was paying attention to the road like I'm supposed to, like a driver.
Okay, well, the police will be here any second. So.
The police can be here, but they can also make sure that they can also breathalyze me, which they're going to probably do.
I will be glad to take a breath.
Good. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. And the police will be here. They have your license plate. They have your license plate. They will find you.
Congrats.
But I will make sure they know.
Let's just go home.
Someone's been watching a little bit too much CIA. Like, genuinely, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen is just like, oh yeah, they're gonna come in, they're gonna swab the DNA off this can here, and they're gonna compare it to your DNA and prove that it was you. No, they won't. They will just like say, okay, cool, throw it out. Like, unless you got video proof, they're not going to care enough to go through that effort to cross DNA analyze shenanigans on a can just to prove who threw it out, because that ultimately doesn't really do much for a charge. Like, a bit stupid to say the least. When you just moved in somewhere and you see this.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, you want to hold the other lady? Tell them go. Throw shit on me!
That don't matter. You put her hands on it. You got her hands on it. You put your hands on it. One side. You alright?
Shit, he threw on me. Grab my shoes.
I have no idea how we got here or how this started. All I know is someone got so angry they decided to just break down a stall. Awesome. This Karen's ordering an iced coffee from Dunkin Donuts and decides to annoy the employee there about the $1 difference between a hot coffee and an iced coffee.
Did he give me back my card? I'm just really trying to understand. So you mean to tell me an iced coffee and a medium hot coffee has a $1 difference, but one is just hot and one is just cold, and there's no explanation for that?
Here's your card.
Ma'am, I'm asking you a question. Why is it $1 more for an iced coffee? Do you know that?
Please stop filming me, and here's your card.
I'm asking you a question.
Can you take your card, miss?
Can you answer my question?
I answered your card.
You didn't answer my card. My card's not a phone.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm gonna call corporate, okay? Just know that. This is what they do to you at Dunkin Donuts. That was so rude. I just had a question.
Do you think the minimum wage worker is going to understand why things are being priced differently? Heck, there might not even be a genuine reason behind that. It just might be just because that's how Dunkin Donuts or the franchise want to price items. That is not something they can control nor really understand because, you know, it's not their job to. Like, I'm not saying, oh, they're just bad, they don't actually care. Like, no, it's not their job to understand why there are price differences between products that really don't have that much of a difference outside it being hot or cold. Like, there's not much more to it than that. And also, if you look, it's more likely a hot coffee is going to be a little more expensive. In this situation, I don't know which one's meant to be the more expensive one, but the hot coffee requires a whole additional machine on top of the usual. I don't know. It's just, I'm just sitting here going like, why are you annoying the worker about this? They wouldn't have a clue. And then you're just going to sit there in the drive-thru after they've already told you to move on. Like, what was the point of that? Just move along. Move on with your day. It's a bit stupid. And of course, call corporate like that's going to do anything. Opie here is on a plane with her child, who is currently going through some teething, so, you know, it caused a bit of noise on a flight over the past 8 hours, you know, the typical things that happens with young kids on airplanes. Anyway, at the end of the flight, she hears from a couple just ahead of her, them complaining about the situation, so rather than ignoring it and moving on with her day, she decides to get out her phone and confront the guy over this.
You're a selfish...
She's teething.
Of a 6-hour
Yes,
flight,
look, if she's teething, she shouldn't be on the plane.
Oh, should she not be teething on the plane?
You shouldn't be on the plane.
Wow. Go on, what are you going to do? Oh, shaking, are we?
I won't say it.
Oh, what? I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, well, it shows what you are.
Oh, does it? Shows what you are, honey.
Well,
completely.
everyone else seems alright, so it seems like you're the problem.
Yeah.
They haven't had to sit with them, you will do
Do you think I'm not going to take my daughter on holiday?
Everybody. You know, everybody. You get arrested.
Why should I get arrested? She's actually been going on.
Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly there, so we don't have any more information as of yet. There's been no updates, and yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see where this went. It did lead to a bit of a debate in the comments of the clip itself on whether it's ethical to take a teething baby onto a plane or not, but I'll leave that up to your thoughts in the comments below.
This next clip, we got a Karen who went all entitled when she was attempting to get a SIM card for a phone or something. Yeah?
Okay, perfect. I'm going to call and talk to her tomorrow because this is the worst service I've ever had. And I've been with Verizon. I was with Verizon for 5 years, so I've never had customer service like this. You can if you want to. I'm sorry, what? Was I talking to you?
Doesn't matter.
Have you been standing here?
Yeah.
Do you have any clue what's going on?
I do.
Shut up.
Can you leave?
How about no?
I can call the cops.
I don't care who you call.
Okay.
Because literally,
Would you like me to call the police?
all I sat there and said was that I'm going to call her tomorrow because this is terrible. When literally I said I could go to another carrier because I've done this before. All they did was hand me SIM cards. You say, and you could. Like, that's bad customer service.
Your
That's
options,
not.
and you're not listening to me.
Sir, whenever you don't work here and I'm not talking to you.
I'm trying to give you your options, and you're not accepting what we can do.
Go ahead. You speak when spoken to. Go
ahead.
Like I said. Anyways.
I'm giving you your options. So the number for customer service.
That's right. He's addressing the customer that he's speaking to first. Let me show you how this works. Can you please come in here and address this talking to me?
So when you
Thank
leave,
you. I absolutely cannot because I was speaking to you and you need to step out of my way because literally standing in front of me and trying to be rude is not necessary.
Back up.
Hey,
how you want to handle it? Huh? You shit talking to my wife, big dog.
He wasn't shit talking.
Huh? She told me, partner.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Standing
She told
in
me,
front of
boss.
me, telling me as if I'm not standing here. Because all I did was come in here and ask you for SIM cards, and your attitude was completely shitty. And then you sitting here trying to tell me about my attitude.
We're not able to.
I did after you told me about my attitude. You're not my father nor my husband. I don't need your opinion. And then to come step right in front of me as if I'm not speaking and I was addressing him. Get some business about yourself. No. You have to piss on yourself.
No.
Stupid ass mother.
You were the one being incredibly disrespectful that entire time to both of them.
Incredibly.
He did nothing to you.
Don't care. I
He
was
did
talking
neither
to him.
one of them. He's trying to help you and he won't listen.
He wasn't helping me. He wasn't listening to me because
He
from the
was.
time I
He was
walked in
trying
here,
to
he tried to tell me that I ordered a phone I didn't.
You were the one not
So like I
listening
said,
to his help. Who are you?
And you see, people like this is why we cannot have nice things in our society. I love how her husband just comes in, or boyfriend, or whoever the fuck, I think it's a husband, comes in and then starts going like, oh, you talking shit about my wife? Oh, you talking shit about my wife? Acting all fucking tough when his wife was the one who started all this bullshit. Like, calm the fuck down, man. You got all of this shit and you got all your protein in your chest and lack the fucking brain power to know when your wife's being a fucking idiot. In this next clip, we got a racist Karen at a shopping store.
Says 49 cents. You heard me. I asked you what country you're from. That says exactly what it says up there.
What did you say?
Doesn't say that.
Did you say what country I'm from?
Yeah. I said that you can't understand that English written right up there.
Miss, I have lived in America just like you did. Now get out my store.
Boo.
Get out my store.
I'll dispute
Boo. 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 You're the problem.
Oh yeah?
Boo.
Better guess again, pal.
It's $1.20. Boo. You're white trash. White trash. White trash.
You're not allowed to wear barefooted. Sure we are.
I love how the first thought from a lot of Karens is when they see someone who is of color or a different race than just being a white Caucasian person, they stumble on some form of English. It's like, oh, what country are you from? Oh, you don't speak English? Oh, it's like, even though I speak in English, far out, that's a great example of that. Even though I've literally only spoken English my entire life, I still stumble on the simplest of damn things because, herder, I'm human. Whoa. In this next clip, we got an old woman who decides to start harassing another person in Walmart just because.
Knock you out. You need to get out of my face.
Shut up.
Shut up. Why am I took my shirt? Because you're mad about it? I've never known about your shirt.
Oh, yeah, you did. You said ugly outfit. I know what you're talking about.
I never said ugly outfit. I called you ugly.
You said rude outfit. That's what you said. You don't talk. Don't talk.
Shut up. I'll take you outside. Shut up.
What are you going to do?
I'll take you outside and beat the crap out of you.
Oh, really?
Shut up.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you call me your grandma. I'll put your little butt down there and mash you just not.
Get out of my face.
You get out of my face.
Don't touch me. Back up.
Right,
Don't
stop.
touch me. You don't tell me to back up.
Get out of my face.
Shut up. You shut your mouth.
All right.
Or you gonna get it smashed.
You think I'm scared of you?
Okay.
You think I'm scared of you?
Back up.
You shut up.
Come on, she's sticking.
You ain't got no respect for nobody.
I don't care. I don't have to respect you. Look at how you're talking to me.
You don't deserve any respect.
You know, old people are like that double-edged sword. Some of them are very cool to talk to, just to relax and just hear some stories about their life. And then others, they have a sick shove so far up their ass that they just are so self-entitled that they expect everyone to just bow down beneath them whenever they're nearby. This seems to be one of the ladders here. Jesus Christ. In this next clip, we got a person who's not exactly happy that these guys are rolling their nice car in their neighborhood promoting a detailing business.
Male Karen doesn't like me promoting my business part 1.
Is there any reason you would like us to leave?
Yeah, because you're suspicious.
We're suspicious? How are we suspicious? Me and my little brother are wearing normal clothes. He says we're suspicious because I'm out here trying to promote my detailing business. And that makes me quote unquote suspicious.
Under the flag of doing business.
on Glyborn, I can give you one right now. Hold on a second, ma'am. I'll give you one 8647 Glyborn Court. Yes, under the flag, they parked far away under the flag of basically doing car detailing, suspicious activities, and the tag number is IY91TT. It's Ford GT. Been very, very defensive, very obnoxious, and now he's videotaping me. That's an India Yankee 91 Tom, yes. Take care of that.
Now we have to wait for the police because if not, they're gonna try to say that we did something wrong. When he pulled up all aggressively, almost hit the trunk right in front of him and almost swerved right here in the middle of the road, but apparently we're suspicious. When he just drove over here all aggressively, approached us with an attitude.
We have no soliciting.
We spoke to nothing. Spoke to him with nothing but respect.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got video for all of it.
I don't want to assume that this person was being racist in any way, shape, or form, but I do feel like there was definitely some car classism because he seems to be driving some form of Land Rover SUV type thing. The other guy that was there was in a massive Ford F1 something, a big fuck-off truck that is so stupidly, dumbly big, it's not even funny. Whilst these guys are sitting in their little Ford, I'm assuming that was a Mustang of sorts. Not a Ford GT like that guy was saying, because Ford GTs are not that. But it's just like, I don't get this entire, like, it's so wacky. It's, good God. People just don't like nice cars, I suppose.
Here we have a guy who's extremely upset that an Amazon worker is on the phone talking to someone whilst they are loading packages into an Amazon locker. So he decides to whip out his phone, start recording it, and this is what happens next.
No, she is doing something. She's talking on her phone. Instead of doing her work, she's talking on her phone. So I'm taking a video of this. Absolutely. Because that's what she said to do.
Right, but if you do...
Ma'am, I am doing it quietly.
You're yelling at me, sir. I'm just trying to... You're yelling at me.
You're the one who's interfering.
You're causing a disturbance.
Then kick me out of the store so I can't pick up my package while she's the one that's doing it.
Are you almost finished? Right.
The point is that she's multitasking while talking on the phone while she should be finishing the task. Instead, she's wasting her time talking on the phone.
Well, now she's talking to me.
So you can hear the phone talking.
No, she's going to practice. He's assaulting her pretty much verbally.
I'm the customer
I
here.
understand that, but you're acting like someone who's very upset and angry to be yelling.
Why am I doing that?
See how you're talking to me?
Why am I doing that?
How you're speaking to me?
Why am I doing that?
What an oppressive ass. Like, seriously? Okay, I should make it clear. I get it if they were serving someone at the registers and they decide to be on the phone when at the registers. I can completely understand that type of thing, but that's not what's happening here. She is unloading packages into a locker. Yes, someone might need her help to understand how to use the locker system, but that's about it. She is mostly doing her own thing, stacking things into a locker, and if she's doing her job fine, who the hell cares if she's talking to someone on the phone at the same time? If she's still doing her job, I don't think it matters that much. It seems unnecessary to care this much about something so minuscule. I don't know. When you come across your local Karen...
It's not right to laugh in a person's face after their health has been destroyed by a weirdo creep on a shitty half-ass painted school bus
Adrian,
for years.
you need some help right now. You shouldn't be driving.
I don't have time. I've got an appointment.
You should not be
I
driving.
had an appointment, and I can drive because I'm the best goddamn robot in the tri-state area. I could not enjoy my property at all.
Are you okay?
I gotta take the dog to the dog park, Because I can't even walk the streets of this shitty neighborhood. Because the shitheads like him.
Okay, do you need help? Do you need help?
Done to me and laugh.
Do you need help?
Did she forget to take her meds today or what? She seems a little bit off her rocker. Or maybe there's some truth to her statement. I don't know. She just seems a little bit interesting. The person behind the camera used to live in this house here, but they left yesterday. They moved out, everything and all that, because they got given a 60-day notice because the owner of the house wanted to sell the house. Anyway, we have the retailers coming in to do some bits and pieces with the house, making all types of complaints, even had the audacity to complain about there's being no power in this building because the tenant did the normal thing of transferring the utilities out of this house into the house they've moved into.
No, 5 years ago. I've lived here for 5 years.
Okay.
Lived here for 5 years.
Can you tell us why there's soot all over the walls when
A what?
photographs obviously have no soot on the walls?
Of what?
There's soot on the wall by the fireplace.
No, ma'am. There has always been soot there, and
We have photographs and we have. Did you say anything to Ahmed about this?
yes, I did. Yes, I did. When COVID happened, there was no power. And I said, hey, what's going on with the fireplace? And I had to find the key for the fireplace.
You know what? When I met you the first
You know what? I don't
time,
have to
you told me
justify.
It was like that since you moved in. So see, we caught you in another lie. You moved in 2019.
It had soot all over the ceilings, all over the wall.
There are photographs.
Flip your
There
hair,
are
Karen.
photographs.
Flip your Karen. What else do you have to say? Please, by all means. You're racist.
Why is she racist? Why am I a racist? What
You have come off lying to me from the very beginning.
Of social
Don't.
justice in a ridiculous way.
Wow, and you think that you can gaslight me?
How are you racist? I'm not sure. How am I gaslighting?
She has been nothing but sexist and gaslighting me and racist, and in front of my two young daughters, and in from a prospective tenant.
Won't work here because of the way you screamed at your kids.
Really?
Yes.
My kids?
Yeah.
When was that? Again, gaslighting. Prove it. Prove it. And now you're putting poor guy under it.
Pardon me? Yeah, Richard, am I racist? You know what? Let's just.
Here we go.
Hey, that's okay. It is impossible to do a walkthrough with no electricity.
I transferred my utilities under my name out of this house. I'm completely entitled to do that.
Of course you are, but the city of Austin does not.
She was not accommodating, and I was allowed to be here till 6 p.m.
You're the one who changed this.
Yeah, you said the only time you had available was 3 to 3:30.
I'm not at your beck and call. What about you?
But yet I'm supposed to be at your beck and call.
No.
Right?
No.
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Definitely a lot of string of messages from you.
So do we.
Good.
So do we.
Look, I'm going to be honest, a lot of the comments for these original clips for this one was very harsh towards her, especially for the use of the racism and sexist and stuff along those lines, and I'm going to be completely honest, based upon the context here, I don't think those keywords are warranted. I do think gaslighting can definitely be something warranted here, depending on what's actually going on here, because, yeah, a good chunk of... If someone's been in a house for more than 5 years, at least in most places, most damage gets accounted for wear and tear because the tenant was in that house for an extraordinarily long time. The only time where that doesn't happen is when it's like egregious damage, like smashed hole in the walls, or kitchen top bench ripped off, or doors ripped off, and things on those lines. But general wear and tear marks, as marks in the paint, or let's say in cases of furniture leaving a heavy computer chair leaving marks on the carpet, it's just all accounted for. Yep, that's just wear and tear. This is what happens when someone lives in a house for half a decade. These things happen. So soot being on the walls near the fireplace, I don't think is something that would be warrantable to complain about, because that could be considered under just general wear and tear. And complaining about the lack of utility, saying, oh, we can't show off the house like this. Well, that's not her problem. That's your problem. If you haven't got utilities in and you expected the tenant to leave their name on this house for the utilities and continue to pay for it, then that's a you problem. You need to fix that now. There's nothing much more to it. Here we watch a casual argument with the neighbors.
Likes to threaten Messiah.
Nobody said he was on. I told him he needed to, because Grace come on out from the church and said that they were threatening to beat up Junior and Joseph, which they weren't even here. So I walked up and I said, you guys need to stop threatening everything.
So who's the men? Who are the men? Who are the men that walked up there and decided they're threatening my son over this? Because I want to know.
The one with the 15-year-old, but he's not here.
There's four
Where is he?
There's 4 kids up there saying that.
What's his name?
There's 4 kids up there saying that.
There's 4 kids.
Three
and this
adults,
is the 3rd time I've been on this street.
3 adults cornered them and they caught
I'm tired of them threatening my nephews, and the other man threatened to have my nephews jumped. I said, go ahead, have my nephews jumped. That's not how this works around here. It's ridiculous. My boys have already had to fight with these boys enough, and that is
my son's in here every other week. And it ain't my son, and I'll tell you that right now.
I don't live here, I'm done talking.
Good, bitch. Well, I'm a so if you want some, come the out.
Don't you love how the guy next door is just hanging around his front door, and then after things start getting intense, he just opens up the door so he can hear what's happening?
This clip is a bit of an interesting one. I'm not quite 110% sure what's precisely happening here, but from what I can gather, it basically seems like that this employee has been not working their assigned hours, potentially been working for longer than their scheduled hours, and apparently they're getting fired now, and here comes the manager to, well, talk to her in front of all the other customers. Here's the clip.
Clock out. Clock. I haven't cheated you on anything. You were scheduled 29.5 hours. Long as you clock in and out on your time, you got your hours. You were scheduled to clock out. Clock out. Last week I told you we counseled you about not taking your break and me going over labor hours to 6.5 hours.
Don't put your finger in my face.
Then get out of the store.
Woman, you don't know who you messing with. Don't do this to me.
Annie, I'm not scared of you anymore.
I'm not scared of you.
Leave. Everybody's mad because I backed up last time. I'm not backing up.
Don't think to blow your breath up in my face.
Get out my store.
Just move out of the way.
Both of y'all need to chill. Y'all acting like little 2-year-olds. Calm down.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
She's the
Y'all
one.
both relax.
No. I'm
Both of
tired
y'all
of
need
her.
to relax.
She come in here and she acting like I don't know what. I'm trying to do what I
Hey, my
need
boss
to
is
do.
on the phone. I'm not doing this with you anymore, Annie.
And
You
I'm
want to
not
do it in the back when nobody's around? I'm tired of it. You want to run this store? Do you want to run this
argument
store?
with
Are you
another
sure?
adult. Sit down and do it.
Then you're not anymore, and I'm your boss, and I'm telling you to go home.
Just scare people away.
Clock out. Stop bullshitting on the computer and clock out. You're doing
You know
this.
what? For you to be a boss,
Right.
you're not being very nice.
I'm not, because I've had her assault me before, ma'am.
No, I didn't assault
But
her.
you need to take this somewhere else.
You're right, I can't get her to go
For all
anywhere
your
else.
Customers.
Right.
You're the one being disrespectful.
Right. Right.
I haven't clocked in yet. It's not 2:30.
Nope. Nope. No. Y'all let her get this on.
Oh, really? Y'all need to call corporate.
Give me the number and I will.
She's the manager?
Yes. Acting like that.
Right.
That is
She got the right one because I'm telling you. She be in the store. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not 110% sure what precisely is happening here, but this just seems to be the norm for some managers. It's when they're told they have to get rid of someone because they're doing X, Y, and Z wrong, rather than just being simple about it or trying to give whatever in the world she's intending to do here. Instead, she rather goes on and belittle this person in front of all the other customers, which I get if this person's just terrible at doing their job or whatever, but it just seems wrong to do this in general, let alone in front of all the other customers present, and then when they tell you, why don't you just go outside if you're going to be doing this, you just completely dismiss them and act like that they're being idiots or whatever else you're saying. It's very interesting to say the least. It seems like from the clip it's something to do with she's not doing the scheduled hours, she's potentially staying in longer than normal, which is interesting.
First up, we have a very intriguing traffic stop. Now, we have no idea why the traffic was these guys were stopped in the first place. It's not context we get given here. And ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter too much because these police officers decide to go on about how these pills are not allowed to be within reach of drivers because they're narcotics. I'll just let you watch the clip here.
So,
I'm gonna explain this very quickly. If you don't unlock this door, you'll be charged with obstruct police. Okay?
The
door was open, and now you locked it.
I have a video.
In plain sight, she had pills in the door.
That's my pills, though.
Okay, that doesn't make a difference.
To the driver.
Pardon me?
It's accessible to the driver. So under the law, if it's accessible to
This is my van, though. Yeah, it does.
She is driving the vehicle.
No, it's my vehicle, though.
Then we're going to charge you with obstruct as well. So you need to open the door for us. Otherwise, we're going to have to take you out of the vehicle in a way you won't like. So
why? What did I do?
The window will be smashed, and you will be taken out of the vehicle unless you unlock the window. Unlock the door.
Okay, but what do you need the door unlocked for, though?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What?
Why do you need the door unlocked?
Because we need to find out what those pills are.
Oh, they're mine, though.
It doesn't matter.
So you're just gonna look at the name?
Okay, if you don't open the door, man.
No, I'm just asking. Are you just gonna look at the name on them?
Your vehicle is also going to be impounded, and you're going to be stuck here.
No, I'm just asking. Are you just gonna look at the name?
Sorry?
Are you just gonna look at the name, like the bottle?
Absolutely.
Oh. That's all I have to say. Those are my pills.
Okay. And what's your name, sorry?
Ashley.
No. Ashley?
Yeah? What do you mean, no? Those are mine.
I got that, but these are gabapentin.
Those are gabapentin, though.
Cancer.
I got that, but these cannot be within reach of the driver.
They weren't in the reach.
Your car smells like weed.
How does it smell like
Your car
weed?
smells like weed.
So that is right in the cup holder, or the
Yeah,
door handle,
'cause
or the driver? That's the driver position of the vehicle. That is right there.
Because we switched spots before we drove in.
We're just switching because I was tired.
But so then you were driving then.
Yeah, I was
and then it's still
driving.
within reach of a driver.
But I have
It doesn't-
cancer. I have colon cancer. I'm terminal, and that's why I have all these pills.
But you cannot have medication like that. That's within reach of a driver.
I have medication all over because I had cancer and I had to have access to it. I just got discharged from the hospital.
Okay. When did you get discharged from the hospital?
Like a week ago, and that's why I have all these pills. Like I was supposed to get more, and I have
hospital?
Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay.
Regional.
Okay.
And I have it from my pain doctor, Dr. Bizanson. He's the one who prescribed me all these pills, and I just picked them up, and that's why we have them in my vehicle.
I'm not disputing that, but you need to understand something. You cannot have these anywhere that is accessible.
But it's my vehicle, though. Like, where would I put it? Where am I going to put
it? Trunk then.
Why? I have to have it on my person.
That is so stupid. What? I'm sorry, but what?
Because I have to take them all the time. I take them 3-4 times a day.
I let you talk, but you don't let me
No,
talk.
but I'm just saying I have to take them 3-4 times a day.
Now listen, stop talking and listen to me. If you don't want to get stopped here, you're going to listen to me, okay? You cannot have a narcotic within reach of anybody in the front seat, driver's seat of the vehicle.
Well, I did not know that. Like, can I just have my pills in?
But it doesn't. You cannot claim ignorance.
I'm not claiming ignorance because it's my vehicle.
Listen,
I was
you
just
cannot claim
driving.
ignorance, just like you cannot claim ignorance if you didn't know that you can't kill
No,
someone.
I wasn't.
You can't have open alcohol. You can't have narcotics in the front seat.
It's not narcotic. I
It
was
is
driving,
narcotics.
and I have
Gabapentin is a
cancer,
narcotic.
though. I just told you.
It doesn't matter. So you're driving under the influence of narcotics? Is that what you're telling me?
No, because
You
I'm
told me you
not
have to take
driving.
me- Right.
Yeah, I have
But you
to.
told me you were driving. You got tired. You switched. You told me you have to take these 3 times a day.
Yeah, I do, and then it says right on the pill bottle.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't affect my driving.
Gabapentin doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It does. You
Not
can't
when
take
you
a
have
narcotic.
colon cancer and you're terminal.
I understand. It doesn't matter whether you have cancer. Cancer doesn't improve your
Yeah,
driving
it does.
Cancer improves your driving
No.
ability? It makes you a better driver?
It just
You were in
those
possession-
pills don't affect me
But
though.
I have no proof that you were the one taking them. I have no proof that she
Those
wasn't
are my pills.
It's probably the first time in a very long time I've actually interjected into a clip, because usually what I do is I watch through the entire clip, gather my thoughts, and then talk about it. What you heard just before in the middle of that clip was my genuine reaction to hearing what was said prior to that. So let's fill you in with some context for those you don't know. Now, I think the first thing to get out of the way, gabapentin may cause vision changes, clumsiness, unsteadiness, dizziness, drowsiness, sleepiness, or trouble with thinking. But it's one of those things where it isn't straight up you can't drive with it. It's more of a make sure you understand how your body reacts to this medicine before you drive. You're still allowed to drive when you have this in your system, by from what I can read. And furthermore to that, if you don't know what gabapentin is, it's a anticonvulsant medication primarily used to treat partial seizures and necropathic pain. It is commonly used medication for the treatment of necropathic pain caused by diabetic nephropathy, post-energetic neuralgia, and central pain. I butchered every single one of those words, and you can't tell me otherwise. But this just seems so ridiculous to me. And then from what I can, it seems to be one of those situations where, yeah, in theory, this can get you in a lot of crap in America, but at the same time, it's very ridiculous. And then furthermore to that, I'm just listening to this whole thing. If it was some form of prescription weed or alcohol, whatever, fair enough, makes sense. But this is pills, and these are prescription drugs that, at least via what is known, what I can gather on them, it's kind of one of those things where they are side effects that could affect your driving, but it's one of those things where you just need to know how your body reacts to it, and once you know that, you should be fine, kind of deal. And also, I loved the brief moment when the guy decided to try and find another way to continue this mess and say, why does your car smell like weed? I'm glad that this was completely thrown out the window very quickly by them, and they decided to not pursue that further, because that's usually what I've seen police officers do in America when they have nothing else they can really use against someone. They just want to try and have the ability to search someone's car for no reason, which is ridiculous in the first place. This entire thing was just, what the hell are you doing? This next one's a very interesting one, as this time I'm going to have you approach it with a question. So this person's recording this clip here. Apparently this is what happens when banking while black. Basically pointing out that, there's been some form of racism that's occurred here. That's at least what I'm assuming based upon the framing of this entire thing. Though I do propose the question, based upon what we see here, do you think there was any racism? Let's get into the clip.
Okay, I didn't get the opportunity to get the manager's information. I don't know who Dana is. Dana is not a professional name of contact to give somebody. She's being so disrespectful. Who was the lady that I just spoke with, ma'am?
Assistant Manager Jody.
Her name is Assistant Manager Jody. Do they have a point of contact? Is this their business card?
No, that's just
Do they have a business card on their desk?
No.
So there's no way to contact. They have no business card. So
no,
this
you have to contact.
So this is okay. So let me write this down. Do you mind if I borrow your pen?
No, you can take one if you like.
Okay, not a problem at all. Okay, and you mind if I get a piece of paper and a notepad?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Because I always seem to have a problem coming into this branch. So the manager is Dana. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you guys are refusing to cash my check because you want me to physically bring my contractor who's trying to do my home.
I don't know anything about your check, and that's...
Okay, and I'm asking to speak to a manager about this situation, so if you don't know I didn't speak to a manager. She came up and she tried to disrespect me. Okay, and I did not get to speak with her. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm asking to speak with her.
You're asking to speak with
I'm asking to speak with the assistant manager.
That's the first time you've asked me, so I will let her know.
Okay, well, she came up very disrespectfully. She didn't ask to speak to me in private.
All right, if you would have a seat and be quiet, I can go get her.
I'm sorry, did you say what?
I could, if you can...
You said if I can have a seat? I told you I'm deaf and I'm hard of hearing.
You did not tell me that.
So you're asking me to what? Okay, but why are you telling me as a grown woman to sit down and be quiet?
Because there's other people...
That speaks everything to your attitude and your demeanor.
All right, don't sit down.
Respect yourself.
I do.
Respect yourself.
I absolutely do.
Please do. Okay, so the manager's name is Dana.
Mm-hmm, and she's not here today.
Okay, and the assistant manager's name, who I asked to speak with, is who, please, ma'am?
Her name is Jody.
Okay. I'm getting these point of references to be able to, on the phone, speak with Navy Federal, just so you know. Mm-hmm. How do you spell Jody, please?
Jody.
Okay. Okay. Did you put me in for an opportunity to speak with Miss Jody?
Yeah, I've let her know.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to go outside with my family for about 5 minutes so that I can have your peace and quiet kept in here, and then I'll come back inside just so you know if you call me and you don't see me.
If you want to take the card?
I think I have you guys' information. There's nobody's point of contact on here.
Right, well, just the general
Okay, no problem.
Personally, at least from what's contained in this clip here, I don't think so. Again, there could have been other things that occurred outside of this clip that they've posted that actually would have been racist. Unfortunately, we don't have that information, which that's just what it is. There is a few interesting points that other people have brought up about, so you're hard of hearing, but you heard her tell you to sit down and be quiet beforehand, and things on those lines. And it's like, there could be various things to that. Usually, my experience of people with hard of hearing, you have to talk a lot louder, or sometimes even yell towards them to get them to hear you if they're almost deaf. But at the same time, if they're looking directly at you, they can also, some of them also have the capability of just reading words off of lips, reading lips, and things along those lines, and understanding what's being said because of that. I don't know. This is just one of those things where I look at it and it's just hard to really summarize anything out of the face value you get here. You can assume things for sure, but I don't really want to do so in this case here. But hey, I'll leave it to you guys in the comments. What are your thoughts? These guys are just chilling at a community pool, and there's this one person who seems to be a bit rowdy, swearing and all over the place at a community pool. So these guys ask her to stop swearing. We don't know if it was politely or not because the recording starts post that. Either way, her reaction to that is something else. Here's the clip.
Over here, we have little kids over here.
Talk to me again.
Well, this is my kid.
Talking to you. We have kids here. You could have did it nice. You could have did it nice.
You were yelling and cussing. We have children over here.
If you want to talk to me, come up to me and talk to me. I'm happy. I'm a hey, shut the up.
You don't know how old I am.
I don't give a how old you are,
girl,
bitch.
You about to find out.
I come up find out. What's up,
you
bitch?
need to go ahead. You need to go ahead. You need to go ahead.
You don't know me, bitch.
You need to go ahead.
You don't know me, bitch.
You need to go.
Jayla,
You're in a pool where there's kids.
Go.
I do, and everybody else.
I'll spit at you. What's up? You don't know me.
Oh, and you'll go to jail.
You wish I would.
Please,
you wish I would.
Please,
you wish I would. You wish I would.
You will go to jail. You will go to jail.
You guys go to jail because I don't give a. Bitch, I stay here, ho. None of that. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. Wherever the I am. I don't give a. I don't give a.
I know you don't.
I don't give a. Because I'm at home talking, bitch, because you're talking to me and I'm talking back to you.
You're yelling.
Because you're talking to me.
But
did you not just yell at me?
You have kids over here.
But did you not? Get your kids. Look. Your kids look that.
No. Your kids look dumb. Did she say that?
She was promptly arrested for stupidity and disappeared into the ether. I don't know. It's just, I don't get this type of reaction. Hey, could you not swear around kids and you go ballistic about that? What type of logic do you have there, or are you just that crazy? I don't know. This guy's getting a haircut at the barbershop here, and he's not quite happy with how the haircut has come out. So he tells his displeasure to the person who just cut his hand, and this barber decides that it'd be a great idea to attempt to swing at the man. Here's what happens next.
Swing at me, bro. Did you not just swing at me?
That's my entire character now. When I get pissed off, when you
I don't care about your character. You're at a job. You're working. You're on the.
Stop, please.
Okay, look. Can I just get my sides? Just
this is crazy.
Can I just get this shit?
Might not be today.
I literally left the ends,
bro.
This is bangs.
Bro, this is called
bangs.
Hairstyle, bro.
We're not settling this right now, okay?
You're such a dick, bro.
I'm a dick.
Yeah, you
sat in the chair and you said, "This is what I want." I gave you exactly what I want.
Is one of you gonna cut this out, or is this?
All right, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna calm down.
You're not gonna be the bigger person.
I
I'm gonna be
appreciate
the bigger person and
I
stand up for
appreciate
myself.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here and let you tell me that I gave you a bad haircut when I gave you what you asked for.
Drew, Rob's out here. He will probably be able to fit you in a little later.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I do want you to be
In the chair, I'll be professional with you.
Yeah,
You literally
be
sat in the
professional,
chair. You said I
please.
can do the same thing, bro. I can do the same thing.
Can we
You're not
stop?
getting nowhere with that. You come in here. You know what?
It's
You come in here.
ridiculous.
You come in here.
You're a shit barber. You should not be here.
That's fine.
You should not be. You should not be swinging at anybody on the clock, bro. You're insane, bro.
Right.
I hope they fucking fire you, bro.
By popular demand, the guy decided to show off the haircut he was chasing versus the one he ended up getting, which, there's a very big stark difference there. What a crazy barber when your approach is, oh, you don't like the haircut I just gave you? Rather than making an attempt to fix it or adjust it based upon the customer's request, you go and try and swing at the man? Are you crazy? Do you just have a bunch of assault charges attached to you because of this? What type of attitude and stupidity leads one to do something like that? This is a clip and story that will probably make your blood boil. So OP here is at home looking after her son that is immunocompromised, who's also currently sick. So, he orders an immune booster drink from his son's favorite drink place, and the DoorDash guy comes in and opens up the drink, spits in it before putting it at the front door. Seeing this on the camera, OP hops out to confront the guy over this.
Spitting in my drink. Why did you? This is for my son, my 2-year-old son. Yeah. Why would you spin my drink?
So sorry, sir.
Why? I want to know why you did it.
I don't know.
For what? We tipped you. What's the problem?
No problem, sir. My kids are in my car.
Your kids are in your car, so you spit in my drink for my kids, right? Should I come spit in your kid's water bottle?
Then, sir, I bring another two.
Should I spit in your kid's water bottle?
Sorry, sir. So sorry, sir. Then, so I'm so sorry.
So should my son drink this, or you should drink it? You drink it right now. You drink it, take that seal off, and you're gonna drink your spit. Okay, give me my drink. I want you to drink that right now. Okay? Drink it. Drink it.
I'm Muslim, sir, so I don't...
You don't drink what? Fruit juice? Or you don't drink your own spit?
Okay, no problem. I drink it after.
So drink it. No, drink it now. You spit in my drink, right? So drink it. That's your spit in there. You broke the seal.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you broke the seal. I have it on camera. You broke the seal and you spit in my drink, right? I have it on camera. My car records. My phone records. Everything records. Don't act like you didn't do it. I have you on camera.
Okay, sir, I'm so sorry.
Drink your spit.
So sorry, sir.
Okay? Shame on you. Shame on you.
So sorry again.
Yeah, so sorry for spitting in my drink. Good for your kids. And your kids don't have seatbelts on. They should be in car seats. Why do your kids not have seatbelts on?
I just come nearby, so...
You just live nearby? They should have seatbelts on. Why do your kids not have car seats? Okay? Don't spit in my kid's drink. You never come to my house again, you understand?
Okay, okay.
Don't ever come to my house again.
He's washing.
Huh?
Doctor's still washing.
Get the f out of here. Yeah. Wait. You wait. Yeah, you wait. You wait right there. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, pull him over. He's trying to drive off. Pull him over.
Hey, George, relax.
He's got both his feet in the back, with no seatbelt, no car seat.
I don't really have any words to describe just the level of what the that is. Like, if there was a possibility of you didn't get your tip, then I can see this being some very deranged behavior from an angry DoorDash driver who didn't get a tip. But it wasn't even that. He got a tip, and he did this. I don't get it. Why? Why would you do such a thing? Is it purely for the sake of, oh, screw it, let's spit in someone's drink and see what happens? How many other people's drinks have you spat into in this same way? Is this the first time you've done it? Because if it is, why the hell did you do it? I don't know. Ultimately, this guy got removed from DoorDash because, you know, that's expected. And DoorDash also gave the family a $500 credit on DoorDash, which that's pretty cool. I'm still lost at words at why the hell you would even think of doing this.
This first, we've got an angry old lady who wants you to get off your own lawn.
From these people, you have permission from
Grandma,
these
we're leaving
people
a bit.
who live on your standing.
This is my family. This is my family's house.
Don't give me that.
Grandma, we're
Don't
leaving a
give
bit.
me that.
I love your
Wait
hair,
a
by
minute.
the way.
You live here,
Hey, bro,
then
I'm
you
out.
wouldn't be.
Yeah,
What are you
I'll see you guys later.
smoking?
We got the show.
God damn it.
Mirrors.
What are you?
You can be in here. Whoa. Karen. Hey, Karen. Karen.
Are you all about?
Karen. Relax.
No.
Karen, relax. We got
What
it.
are you about?
Look.
Gee, she must have truly nothing to really be doing that day, which is probably exactly what it is because she's most likely retired, but Jesus Christ, calm down. Just because there are kids living at a certain house doing some wacky things that you may not understand doesn't mean they don't live there. This one confuses me a lot.
In this clip, we have an entire group decide to cancel their booking for this Comfort Inn because they decided to deny the day before one of the people that they were there for particularly because of a weird company policy. Here's a clip.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good. So I booked a room here for tonight.
Sure, what's your name?
Jennifer Cleveland.
There
But
you are.
I'm gonna ask for my money back because I'm here for my friend's funeral. She tried to book a room here yesterday. You guys wouldn't let her.
Okay.
And said because she lives within 50 miles of this place.
Yeah, that is our company policy.
And why is that?
It's dictated by our owner. I don't know the owner. I've never met him. It's his policy. I just have to follow it, unfortunately. So we don't rent to anyone that has a valid, like with their valid ID. If that says they live within Rutland County, we cannot let them stay.
But her boyfriend was with her, who doesn't live here. They had family staying at her mom's. That's why they had to get a room.
I understand that, but her name was the one on the reservation, and she showed me that her driver's license said she lived in Rutland County. So unfortunately, so back to you. I cannot do anything with this. It has to go through management because it's a prepayment. So I can leave a note on here that you'd like your money back, and then they can handle that.
Okay, and can I get the number for your whoever I should be talking to?
There's a card right there.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, because this is where we were all going to stay. We were all meeting
And
here.
it also has a no cancel policy on it.
Right, because I thought everyone was going to be staying here. Now that the person we're all here to comfort that can't stay here, none of us are going to.
Okay, well that's fine. You can.
You're fine with that?
You're fine with losing hundreds of dollars for
I have to follow company policy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And her dad died, and you're making this about what? I just don't. I think you could have made an exception.
I can't.
You can't.
I have company policy that I am told that I have to follow as an employee of the hotel.
I'm sure there was a phone call you can make.
No, I'm sorry. It's company policy. Management has told me that there are no exceptions. So that is the company policy. I'm sorry.
Is that Comfort Inn's policy or your owner's policy?
Owner policy.
Yeah, because I stay at a lot of Comfort Inns and none of them have that policy. None of them.
I'm sorry. Our owner owns this place, and his policy is no one that lives in Rutland County can stay here.
And what's his name?
I'm not allowed to get all that information.
What's your name?
My name is Melissa.
Okay.
And we have a general manager. Her name is Lori, and then there's an assistant manager named Nicole.
And when will Lori be back in?
Monday.
Because, I mean, she kind of felt like a whore.
Yeah.
Like, she thought nobody was going to let her stay because her husband, she was doing, like, a 2-hour quickie, like, hotel thing.
No,
like,
it has nothing to do with anyone personally. It has nothing to do with that at all.
Like,
it
was
literally somebody's in town for their dad's funeral and you couldn't make an exception? It just
No,
sounds
sir,
ridiculous.
I'm sorry. It's company policy. I have to follow it.
Okay, I'm just saying it sounds ridiculous. Don't you understand that? I know you don't want to acknowledge it, but that lack of sincerity shows through it.
I'm sorry. I have company policy I have to follow. I'm paid to follow company policy. I'm sorry.
Well, we're all going to be going on Google and writing really, really, really rotten reviews because you made her feel horrible.
That is your
the
prerogative.
night before her father's funeral.
I understand that. I'm sorry. But I have company policy I have to follow. I'm sorry.
kind of laughed at the friendliest hotel in Rutland.
I know.
That's odd. I can't say it's stupid to have a policy of that nature. I can't say it's completely stupid because it, to a degree, I can understand why a policy like that would exist, but it still is something that I just look at and go like, okay, so because they live too close to this inn, they can't stay at the inn. Why? Like, what is it the point? Like, what's the point of having that type of policy? You're trying to not have people come and do their one-night stands in this inn? Like, what is the point of that type of policy? Like, I'm sitting here going, like, I can't say it's completely stupid because to me, part of my brain thinks, like, yeah, that makes sense. But the other part of my brain's like, but how does that make sense? Why does that make sense? It's like, trying to think of the reason behind it, and it's just like, I can see there like being a reason maybe you don't like people using it as a place to do your sexual shenanigans for a night when you hire someone else, something along those lines. I don't know. This policy just seems a bit stupid, especially considering the boyfriend doesn't live anywhere nearby. Like, what? But yeah, good job. You lost everyone else, which probably wasn't exactly the greatest. I don't think the company's going to be too happy with that, and maybe company policy might change. Also, probably not. Maybe after this clip gets around a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. But it still seems a bit whack to me.
This next clip, we have a Karen that absolutely loses it over some kids saying some swear words at a skate park.
I'm making a deal with you right here, right now. They better all hear it.
any profanity, no, you laugh, any profanity comes out of any of y'all's mouths, there is a rule that says no profanity. There's a city policeman sitting right over there, and I will take any one of y'all to him, and y'all will go to juvenile court. Tape record it, put it on YouTube, put it wherever you'd like.
Where's this coming from?
He was cussing like a sailor, and I asked him not to. And he refused. So I called the city police, and they said I can take him or any of you that can't respect it if you want to mouth off in front of a child. Because this is a city park, and there's no reason to be talking like that.
Alright, I understand. A lot of us don't act like that though, so.
Exactly. But for those of you who do, and don't have a sense enough to put a cork in it when asked to be respectful, thank you. But you should do it a whole lot harder.
Tell her. Tell Mom.
You tattling? Mom is gonna...
You're gonna get grounded for tattling. Mom's gonna ground the hell out of you.
No, sure.
Hey! No, the heck.
Wait till Mom comes to pick me up.
No, there were enough F words coming out of his mouth that he should be ashamed of what he said. And he said his mother didn't care, nor did his dad.
Don't listen to him, he's crazy.
Well,
he's just messing with you. He's just messing with you.
Well, I hope his parents see
I have his mom's number, you wanna call her?
And I hope she grounds him for eternity. Because you have been served, my man. You've been served! No, I don't want it from you. Just a high five.
Even leaving you hanging, boy. Leaving you hanging.
Did I hear something come out of somebody else's mouth over here?
Beat him up.
City police are right over there waiting.
What are that?
And it's on speed dial. They're sitting right over there waiting.
I ride scooters. Will you quit talking to me? I rollerblade. I'm done.
Ride scooters. I ride pogo sticks. I ride unicycles.
Well, y'all, it's his fault.
Why you gotta be such a... I take full blame for it. I'm sorry for whatever profanity. Shut the front door. Forgive my sins. Amen.
Just shut the front door, bruh.
No, I'm just saying, because I don't like people videoing me.
You want me to go get that police officer and make it settle? I'll be glad to.
Please don't video.
Would you like me to go get him? I'll be glad to. We can check his camera. Be glad to. Because if my picture shows up, I can sue you. Same thing.
How can you sue him? It's not illegal to video. Yeah, no, it is. If you don't have
He just told me it was illegal for me to video. He just told me it was illegal for me to. He's telling me it's illegal for me to. I said it's illegal for you to.
I was there once.
Like, I'm trying to get sponsored for Urban 9. Not all over the phone.
Urban 9 is poop.
He's doing this again and doesn't know what's coming out of it.
He's not even talking about anything that has to do with what you're talking about. He's talking to us about something else.
No, he came to me. He just, see, you're jumping in somebody's Kool-Aid, you don't know the flavor. He just walked up to me
That's a good saying. I like that saying too. That's a really good saying.
Hey, Dad.
He just walked up to me and started a conversation. So see your way out of it. If you don't have a college degree and you don't know what you're talking about,
I think he actually went to LSU.
You wouldn't know it by his actions.
Quit making. You're so immature.
So, we done?
Oh, we're done. I'm just asking, please, to just not videotape me.
We done.
All right.
Done, Blason.
Can you come make a sponsor me tape?
Nope.
Why? I think you and I have had enough banter for the day, unless we want to go up the street.
Okay, I'm getting back to videoing.
What's up the street? The cop.
Come on. Let's go get a line.
I'm just asking a question. I was just asking a question. But I was just asking a question.
I'm not having a conversation.
But if I try to start a conversation with you with a question, why can't you answer it?
Jerry! I'm not talking to you.
I swear, we don't say
I'm just gonna listen to Wu-Tang Clan.
This is a public conversation. I'm not interested.
But I was just asking you a question.
It's not between you.
All right. Your smile makes my day cold. Avery, do you wake up?
I don't know why you little munchkins think y'all all have to get in somebody's business.
Because we're a family.
Are you? Then you want to come with him and go with him down to the family?
Boy. Oh, hell no. I'm not going.
Family reunion.
Dang. What's the family? Anybody do a front-time blood slide for me?
He's already DD.
Watch out, please. I'm running to a skateboard.
Wait, what is it called?
Move.
Hops?
Move.
Move out the way. He's trying to video it. Oh! Dude, aren't you
I got it though.
I care how smart you are. Just touch me. I dare you to touch me. Look, just touch me. I'll close my eyes and let you hit me.
Wouldn't waste
Do it.
the air. It's not worth breathing.
There's not enough air.
Why are you like so worried about looking so good?
I'm not. Because
Apparently.
I started a conversation with the young man.
I don't understand. Like, why you got? Look what you done started. That made it 10 times worse, right there.
You know what? I can finish it too. I'll be down here Monday.
Oh boy, we got school Monday.
Oh, that's school day. Oh boy. No, we not.
No, we're not. We got homework.
I mean, first I say I get it, I understand it, but like, what's the point of getting involved just telling these kids off when A, they're not your kids, and B, if you've already called the cops over, maybe get them to do it if you really are that, if you think it's that wrong. Like, ultimately, I think we've learned something here. Actually, no, we've already learned it before. Karens versus kids. The kids always wins because they don't give a damn. They don't give a shit. They will just look at you, make fun at you, do some silly jokes, make fun of their friend jokingly, and all this other crap. They don't give a shit what you say. They're not gonna care at the end of the day. They're just here to have fun, and you just gave them a nice 6-minute clip for them to post on the internet. Oh well.
Here we have a Herz worker who does some very absurd things.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. You need to leave now.
But you're gonna charge this to $10,000 to my credit.
Yes.
When this literally, that's not even allowed. But I never
You
signed.
show me where it says I can't charge it.
Right here, it literally says I won't get charged anything. It says miles allowed, free miles. It literally says to refer to this if there's anything extra. I've never signed anything saying that I could only go 100 miles a day or anything like that, or that I would have to pay more.
Right. But you also never, like you said earlier,
You just agreed, right? I never have signed that.
You never signed anything that's in that. But you also never signed anything saying we allowed you to drive 25,000
No,
miles.
unlimited is what 100,000 miles.
No, it is not.
How is unlimited not?
Dude, we're done. Just leave, please.
No, explain to me how
you can
unlimited.
either leave or I will have you arrested. It's your choice.
How is unlimited miles
Okay,
not? Wow. Now you're gonna call the cops on me, okay?
Yes. I'm asking you plenty of times to please leave my office. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you or anything else.
Unlimited miles means unlimited miles, right? Well, yes, that's what unlimited means, but you know how it goes. These guys don't actually mean unlimited miles. There's an arbitrary limit that they're not going to tell you because they hope that no one actually goes over that arbitrary limit. When someone does, they try to do shit like this, which is really stupid because, you know, courts exist and suing people exists, especially in the land of the free. There's a car meet happening outside of this bar, and OP here decides that it'd be a good idea to sell some of his Hot Wheels that he's been collecting to the people at the car meet here. Anyway, the manager of the bar sends out an employee to get rid of him. Here's the clip.
And you're the owner of this bar? You're the owner of this bar?
I work here.
Okay.
Is this your property?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it's a
What is
parking
that
lot.
sign? Get a picture of the sign right there. No loitering. What are you doing? You're loitering.
Are you done?
No, you weren't. Bro, you're in the. This is traffic coming through here. Your shit's gonna get run over. I'm asking you nicely just to move down that way. Get this on camera, please.
And you just did all that to my stuff?
Yes, because you're going to have to move it down that way.
Okay.
I didn't break anything. I just moved it. You're going to have to move down that way, bro. It's a lot easier.
I mean, if you're trying to sell stuff out the front of another store that sells stuff, doesn't matter if they don't sell the stuff that you're selling. Of course, they're not going to be happy if you never ask for permission. It's just logic. You're taking away potential business that might go in there to spend money instead of spending money with you. No shit, they're going to be upset and try to get rid of you or move you elsewhere. What else did you expect to happen? I don't know how we got here, but we're here.
No.
Here we have a contract worker who's seemingly out on a delivery and install of a refrigerator, which turns out to be too big for the location that it's meant to be going in. And so at this point, they've fulfilled their part of the contract. There's nothing they can really do about this current problem, so they go to leave. Instead, we have the customer, who's now the owner of this fridge, who decides to do some very crazy things. Here's the clip.
Without the doors on there, it still won't fit. Your refrigerator measure at about 20.
Measure this refrigerator, please, while you, Mr. Handy Dandy Tape Measure Man. Larry, will you bring me the tape measure from the other room?
So
no, I'm not. No. You can get you can get your dispatch. Dispatch.
Okay. Listen.
Dispatch.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Larry, bring me my phone because I need Lowe's on the phone right now.
Right. Okay. All right. Look, I'm just trying to give you an understanding.
No, you don't. Sweetie, I have a doctorate degree. There's nothing for you to understand. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Phone.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and
get the away from my door. Sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
No. Can you get your wife, sir?
That's
Please.
Not my husband.
Can you?
No. No.
We got another door, bro. She is crazy.
That door, if you touch one goddamn thing in my
Hey, that's what I be talking about, man. Hey, go ahead and load this thing back up, bro. We gone.
I swear it's like some people just forget that contractors, have multiple jobs to do on a day-to-day basis. They're out there to deliver an item, install it, go to the next one, and repeat the process. If something's come up that means they can't install said thing, let's say the fridge is bigger than what the actual space it was meant to go in because someone didn't do the measurements correctly, there is nothing they can do about that. They either put the fridge somewhere else you want them to put it, or they take it back with them. They don't have the time to sit there and wait with crap like this where a customer's extremely upset because the fridge doesn't work and would rather make an attempt to lock them in and flex their degree or whatever crap that she tried to do here. Here we have a Karen who makes a pretty terrible attempt at stealing and gets caught in the act.
No, I'm not taking them off. I don't give a f***. I'm not taking shit off. You crazy as hell. I'm not Thank you. Because y'all want to let me out. Okay. Give me my shoes too. Give me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take my shoes. Y'all so petty. Get the f*** off my face. Y'all just want to be with around me. Y'all so thirsty. Boy, you locking me out.
I don't got nothing to do with this shit, but I'm making sure I'm protected. I ain't touch you, but I recorded it. They can pay me $5,000 right now, and I give them the footage.
That's harassment charge. Y'all stealing from me, that's another charge. Shit, we can go. Y'all touching y'all so right? Y'all touching on me, y'all feeling on my body. What are you talking about? Get out of here. You're feeling on my body, sir. I feel right. What are you talking about? Feeling on my body, not letting me out the store. Already walking me.
We trying to go though, man. Pay for it.
He locked my shit. Sir, they already owe me money.
I don't know nothing about none of that. I'm just trying to go, man. Well, the police just got come.
I don't give a f.
They rolled by. How the f they missed the store?
I don't give a f. Because they know
Oh, and FYI, in America, if you have a reasonable belief that someone has stolen something as a manager or someone in a high authority position in the store, you can lock them inside. As long as you don't physically touch them or assault them in any way, you can lock them inside and stop them from leaving. And I don't know about you, but I don't think there's any better proof than the person wearing merchandise from this store that they're still yet to pay for and they're still attempting to leave. I don't know about you, but I think that's good proof that she's making an attempt to steal something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Wonder what the police are going to say when they get there. Unfortunately, we don't have that information, but I think it's pretty cut and dry considering she's still wearing clothes that she hasn't paid for.
So here we have a guy on the plane who did not pay attention to the flight attendants when they were talking about the emergency, like what to do in any form of emergency, where to get your life jacket, when the oxygen mask come down, and then a very important one on how to open the emergency door. You want to know why it's important that he pay attention? Because he's in one of the few rows that are right next to the emergency door, so it's very important that not only he pays attention to this piece of information, because effectively speaking, he's a part of the row that is very key and instrumental for saving people's lives if they need to get the hell out of the goddamn plane. Here's the clip.
I have no idea what the problem is. I'm sitting where I'm sitting. I'm A-list. I've been on the flight. I didn't do anything wrong.
If you're not listening to flight attendants,
I didn't do anything wrong. I did zero
you can make
wrong.
this easy. We need to get this airplane out of here to get
Ask anybody here if I did anything wrong.
I'm not answering this.
She's got a problem. That's not on me.
Ask of you at this point.
I am A-list. I sat here on a reason because I got a bad knee.
If
I
you
can't.
fail to move, this airplane
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like, just because she's obnoxious and has an issue, and I wasn't staring at her while she was talking. This is unreal. This is unreal. I'm not sitting in the back. I have a bad knee.
The open seat we have, sir.
I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm like appalled by this.
Sir, if you fail to listen to flight attendants and
I did not disagree. I didn't do anything. I just wasn't staring at her. She wasn't talking to me. How did I do anything wrong?
I'm just going to ask you to switch seats.
I'm not sitting where I can't sit with my candy and my knee back.
What we don't want to do.
This is unfreaking believable. This is unbelievable. Ask this gentleman right here. I mean, I was doing nothing wrong this whole time. Just because I wasn't staring at her. Let somebody else move. I'm not moving. I'm sorry. I did zero wrong. I did nothing wrong. Honestly.
Then maybe I need to call forward. We're going to have to deplane all the
What did I do wrong? I'd like to hear what I did wrong. Honestly, I'd like to hear what I did wrong. Because I wasn't Pollock. I'm Dr. Pollock. You tell everybody here I'm Dr. Pollock. Pollock? Yes. I'm Dr. Pollock. I did nothing wrong. I just wasn't looking at her when she was going over the stuff. This is unbelievable. What is your name? Sarah what? Well, you asked my last name. I was nice enough to give my last name. This is unbelievable. I did zero wrong. Such horseshit.
I've actually got first-hand experience with sitting in one of these rows because about a year ago on one of my flights back from an event that I went to last year, my seat got moved to a different seat, which so happened to be the row where the emergency door was. And they do the typical emergency procedures, and then they go up to the people who are at the emergency doors, and they ask a few questions. They want to like, hey, here, you guys have to know this information about opening these doors. They're heavy, they're a little difficult to open at times, but you need to know how to do it in case the emergency comes where you need to do it. As well as they also ask a special question like, okay, are you still good to sit here? Do you want to move? Will you be fine to do this, or you're not going to be able to do it? And clearly, this guy wasn't paying attention to the usual procedure of telling people how to do the emergency stuff. Now, again, as I say in the interim to this clip, it's usually okay, whatever, who cares? They're not going to make a big deal out of it, aside from the people who really do need to pay attention, which are the people that are sitting right next to the emergency doors. Because, you know, they're the ones who are currently in the way of the door, and if they're not paying attention and don't know how to open the door, then that's a huge problem for everybody, because, you know, that's the way out of the plane in cases of emergencies. And it's very important that you pay attention to what they're telling you about how to operate that door. And there were some people who responded to this by saying, oh, it's because something to do with his bad knee. No, not particularly here. It's really just particularly the case that he wasn't paying attention to the emergency procedures. And then rather than cooperating and then just listening to him out now, they said, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm a doctor. I'm Dr. Polly. Yeah, I'm Dr. Polly. It's like, Polly. Yeah, Polly. Dr. Polly. Like, he genuinely did not care about the entire situation. He just wants to go on a deflection game of saying, I did nothing wrong. I just chose not to look at the attendant when she's telling me and showing me what we need to do. You know, there's a reason why you need to look at the attendant, because not only are they telling you how to do things, they are also showing you how to operate things. It's what they do. Like, entitled ass. It's a few minutes until this store closes when this retail worker has to approach a customer who's been shopping in the store for several hours at this point, filling her trolley up with filled to the brim with various different random items that ultimately she doesn't seem to be intended to buy them.
You don't deserve to be treated like you've been in the store for hours and you got a whole cart of stuff that you're not trying to pay for. That's the problem.
I'm rude
but
now,
you're not though.
Because we close in 9 minutes.
Because I'm telling you we close and you have been in this store for hours. It's 9 minutes before we close and you sitting up here with a cart full of shit that you're not buying. So I'm not ringing you out. Google it. 3210 South Women Street is the address, store 5640. I do not care, because this is ridiculous. Because if you was a worker here, you would be upset too. All this stuff that you done put in this cart that you're not buying, I don't care how you feel. That's disrespectful to us as retail workers, because we have to put your stuff back that you're not paying for. No, you're not. You weren't going to pay for it. If you was going to pay for it, you would have paid for it. If you was going to pay for it, you would have paid for it. Just leave. Just leave.
Oh my god. These type of people are literally the worst. There's so many different type of customers that do really, really benign things. They're just sitting there thinking, oh, it's not my problem to deal with anymore. Like, for example, pretty much all the time, customers will grab a trolley, go inside the store. Sometimes they'll just leave the trolley in the middle of the store and leave. They just leave the trolley there. They don't bother to take it back out with them to put it back in the rack so that someone else can easily use them. No. They leave them there for someone else to grab and put back, which is just a pretty big annoyance, let alone leaving all their stuff in there. And it gets worse when they have cold items in there. It's like, are you for real? You not only were way too lazy to even bother taking the trolley to the counter itself, you just left it in the middle of the store with cold items that, if we don't notice that immediately, are things that are going to go off and will no longer be sellable because you're too much of a lazy asshole to even bother to deal with it? Seriously? It's just a huge frustration in retail that so many people just don't seem to care. They just go, oh yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to leave it in the middle of the store. Not my problem anymore. It's dumb. In this next clip, the Karen gets confronted after annoying her neighbor for the last time.
Come over in here again and I'm calling the fuck. I'm not playing around with you, man. We've been nice to you, we've been civil with you, we've been respectful to you this entire time that you've lived here, and you caused nothing but pain. Just because of the public street.
And as always, the clip gets cut short. God damn it. I love it how this is like one of those ones where you know that they weren't purposely recording this confrontation because it's coming from the security camera in their house. So you know that the person whose house is coming from is probably a little bit more on the right than usual. But this Karen sounds like a bit of a handful overall in the neighborhood.
Here we have some drunken road rage from a Karen.
3570, did I hang up?
Yes.
She's getting out of the car again.
You've reached 911 emergency for the city of Los Angeles. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered by the next available operator. Please remain on the line. If you hang up and call back, your call will be delayed further.
This woman is literally hitting my window right now.
Usted ha llamado al 911 emergencia de la ciudad de Los Ángeles. No cuelgue. Su llamada será contestada por la próxima operadora disponible. Por favor, permanezca en la línea. Si usted cuelga y vuelve a llamar, su llamada se retrasará más. Por favor, quédese en la línea.
They're gonna get a DUI.
I think they're drunk.
They're drunk. She's aggressive.
When the operator answers,
Oh my
be
gosh,
prepared.
I can't believe this 911.
What is with people just driving home themselves when they're drunk like this? Like, a genuine question. Why is it ever in anyone's good conscience to just do this? Like, isn't this something that we've completely, like, ostracized as society? Like, hey, no, don't do this. It makes you a horrible person. You probably might die or kill someone in your own actions. Because it is a well-known thing that anyone who ends up accidentally killing someone in their drunken driving, when they've come to the next day, they've, like, legitimately regretted everything about that night beforehand. I don't get why we still do, like, whatever. Okay, moving on. I really am curious what happened beforehand to cause her to light up like this and want to get out of her car and go start knocking on someone else's window, trying to ask for a fight, because that's going to solve all everyone's problems in this situation. I don't know. Someone insane, I guess. OP here works as a dog walker, and she's coming up to this apartment complex to go and walk someone's dog. The person's not home at this point in time, so instead they've left the key to their apartment inside of a lockbox for the dog walker to get access to in order to get into their apartment to get the dog and do the dog walking. You know, the typical stuff what should be expected when it comes down to stuff along these lines. Anyway, here comes Karen, who is supposedly claiming to be the owner of the apartment complex, who seems to have this massive problem with this person here doing the dog walking, and apparently, according to the OP, before the clip started recording, the quote owner here apparently put her hands on her. Anyway, here's the clip.
If you're here to service cats, dogs, people like that, help me. I'm the owner of the building. If you're here to use a lockbox...
If you're the owner of this building,
Yeah.
you should not be putting your hands on somebody.
If you are... If
you
I'm
put
the owner...
your hands on
that's
me, I'm going
right.
to call the police on you.
Please. I
Okay.
can't wait to tell them that you're trespassing.
I'm working.
For
How
whom?
do I have a key? How do
Why
I
do
get
you-
into that lockbox?
Right, exactly.
How do I know the code?
Exactly. So who are you? And you won't tell me. And I'm the owner.
I don't
So you're
have to tell you
trespassing.
anything. Call the police then.
Okay.
Weirdo. Mind your goddamn business. You have nothing else better to do?
Dude. Oh, I'm
Do
calling
you have
Simone.
nothing else better to do?
All right, I'm sending this to Simone.
Good. She'll tell you.
Shame on you.
She'll tell you exactly why I'm
Shame
here.
on you.
I don't have to tell you anything. bro.
Yes, you do. This
No,
is my
I
property.
Don't. I don't care. Mind your business.
Simone, this girl used a lockbox to come in and has been so ugly that I put her off my fence, and now she's saying she's going to call.
Funny thing, the person that Karen was talking to on the phone is actually the real owner of the apartment complex. This Karen was just nothing more than just the quote apartment complex manager, and the owner of it did inevitably apologize to the dog walker for this entire mess, because apparently the Karen manager has been convinced that this neighborhood is filled with crime and other stuff along those lines after apparently someone stole her fire extinguisher. That's a bit crazy. And apparently she is going through with pressing charges for battery, etc. So we'll see where that goes.